Whoops.
Oh yeah, two-tone painted. Yeah, get it together. Paint your face. This is Ken Kniff from Connecticut. Oh yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. This is another episode of Full Profits Podcast combined with Sports Punch. As always, my co-host when we doing this damn thing is Keeftootall. Peace, brother. How you doing?
All right. No, I'm off. Stay on the creep vibes, I guess. Nah, but
Yeah,
I'm doing good.
oh yeah, keep it going, keep that creep vibe going. Oh yeah, daddy. Yeah. So what we were saying before we started about 2 seconds ago is that, I don't even know what the fuck was wrong with ICP and Insane Clown Posse. I don't know why they jumped on Eminem. I guess it was because he was the new guy that had the bag and he had the revenue and he was a new light, the new shining light. So everybody jumped on him, same way they did with Jay-Z and Nas. No matter what, he made a really good, fun time out of talking about those guys because I never went back and listened to Insane Clown Posse and hear what they was talking about. Even
Yeah.
though they was doing what they was doing, they was decent at whatever they was decent at. I never really went back to discover them and hear what they were talking about. But it was funny because he had so many, Eminem had so many entendres when he was doing those skits about them, and it was just basically just saying these guys are gay. And if you understand the the not the I don't know if it's complexity of that, he was basically just saying, why y'all paying so much attention to me when I could just go get a bag, man. Understand y'all throwing shots at me and everything, and I know y'all want some attention and everything, but make sure that y'all focus on the main goal, which is to get that money, which hopefully they did do, and I'm sure they did do. But the
Yes,
whole
sir.
thing was like y'all on my nutsack, jump off my nutsack and go grab on somebody else's. And the fact that he had to go that length to use homosexual innuendo, it was funny. It was a little funny to me. It was like everybody thinks this is all about the Illuminati. Everybody ain't trying to be a part of the Illuminati, bro. Everybody's not trying to be a part of the Illuminati. Some of these niggas is really trying to get into the game and they really just trying to get paid and move on. Pay their
No.
bills, get a decent house for themselves, for their mom, grab a couple cars, buy a bunch of clothes and shoes that they never ever had before, and just live a good life. Take care of their kids, their mothers, their brothers, whoever it may be. Hand out some checks, some cash to these motherfuckers, and then just get out of everybody's way. Everything is not about I want to be a part of the Illuminati. We don't everybody that made those stories 15 years ago. Do y'all really know that man Jay-Z and all them dudes is really part of the Illuminati? Do y'all even know? Were y'all there when they took their ceremonies? Right?
Right.
Were y'all there when they took their
Oh,
ceremonies? Did y'all experience any of that? Right? They be throwing up symbols and everything. Part of the stuff they be doing, man, they could be doing that stuff. I'm gonna do it now. Look, I'm doing it. Some of the stuff they was doing was to get
he
y'all
part of the
attention.
Illuminati, y'all.
I am. And I seriously am. I'm part of the Illuminati. I'm one of the enlightened people out here because I don't just go off of the stuff that I hear.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I mean? It takes more than somebody just telling me something for me to go off of it. And I've told you all on my podcast plenty of times before. If you believe something, it means you don't know. And when you know something, it means you don't believe. It means that you have knowledge to go off something. You have proof, and science and history to go off of it to mean that it's correct. And when you don't have that, it don't stick to shit. So y'all don't know about Jay-Z or Eminem being a part of Illuminati. Maybe they are. Maybe Jay-Z got $1 billion because he took a blood oath and he let somebody play in his booty hole. I don't know that, but you don't either. Welcome back. Keith, you got anything you want to say before we move on past that shit?
Let's get past that. Once you drop the booty hole line, let's get past that right now. I'm
Well,
not.
well, there are a lot of people out there. I mean, they willing to give up their booty hole. They like, yo,
No,
to get a couple $100 million, man, I give up my booty hole. That ain't me saying that. That's a lot of guys that are out there. They saying, yo, whatever it take, just put me in the game, coach. And for me, I'm not, I tend to disagree with that. Booty, I would like to keep my anal virginity forever. Back to you.
no, yeah, but the Illuminati shit. Some people can't even get invited, so I don't know why everybody think everybody can get in. But anyway, let's get back to the sports tips, man. We got a lot going on, man. A lot going on.
Yeah, let's get to there are pirates in the MLB. The season just started, but we hope they ain't that type of pirate. Boom. Psst.
Booty.
Mm.
Yeah, no, but hopefully ain't no booty pirates out there in the MLB or anywhere,
But
But
there's a team called the
there's
Pirates.
some booty pirates a little bit everywhere. I ain't gonna lie, that
There's a
sucks.
team called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the football arena too. But.
True, true.
Yes,
Let's talk
sir.
about. I mean, I'm gonna give you a rundown from Caleb Williams. Trying to apply for the Iceman trademark to Tiger Woods getting the car crash out of nowhere. What the hell?
We know about Tiger and these car crashes. Keep on going. Talk your shit.
Illinois is beating Houston in the Elite Eight game, and they playing Iowa tonight to get to the Final Four.
Good
Uh,
job, Alana. Good job.
Bulls out the playoffs officially. We are no longer in play-in purgatory.
We
But
ain't worried
y'all
about
waited
that no
too late to
more.
do the tank, so hopefully we can get one of those Adam Silver deals where we sneak in the third, three top the fourth spot. 3, 2, 1. We do one basketball guys,
Womp
please.
womp. Womp womp.
Like you said, baseball is back, but
Hmm.
first time ever debut of the ABS system, where it's basically the automatic, baseball, striking system is actually where the umps gotta be on point with their calls this year, or
Okay.
you get two challenges per game, and it's some umps.
I think they need to up these challenges, man. I think it needs to be something similar to timeouts. You know what I mean? Like if I have 6 or 7 timeouts for a whole half, or if I have 12 timeouts for a whole game, you should give me half of that. Half of that, or 3/4 of that, to make sure that we are nailing these calls down and making sure that they do count. You know what I mean? But keep going,
And then
keep talking your talk.
WNBA, they agreed to the CBA. These hoes get paid, okay? They finally get paid. No
Bands that
disrespect,
make them dance.
no
Bands
disrespect
that
to the
make
lady,
them
dog. But we'll
dance.
get back on that later.
Yeah.
And then my Hoopin' the Horn Awards,
We got it. We got it. We got
2026.
some.
We got some. We got
Yeah.
some. So if you've been hooping and you've been hoeing, you can get called out or giving your flowers. But let's start off. I mean, Caleb Williams.
Hmm.
He earned his Iceman
See
nickname
up. Yeah.
during the regular season and the playoffs last year,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he actually went and applied to trademark it, which I'm like, okay, that's fire. Okay, everybody online, social media in the city, gave him the Iceman nickname. At first, I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I mean that's good, but like somebody kind of do already got that, George
Mm-hmm.
Gervin,
George
and
Gervin.
then
And NBA. NBA.
in
That's
the
the NBA
NBA,
Iceman.
which but I'm thinking like different sport can have I guess another
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
version of that. And then but also Drake was supposed to drop an album called Iceman, but he been talking about it for like over almost a year now, but that kind of got pushed to the side
Yeah,
as
we
far as
understand
like
why that got pushed aside, but he's in a bunch of litigation, I guess, because of everything he got going on for the past couple of years or whatever. But yeah,
uh,
keep on going.
the thing is like nobody was talking about the name Iceman when he said he was going to drop an album called Iceman, like which of course that's art, art and all that, naming the album like that. And then Caleb applies for this, trademark. Why George Gervin came out, he's like, all due respect, like I like the guy, I respect the player, but you can't trademark that name. I've been having that since 1973, like, and now 4 days later, after Caleb tried to apply for a trademark, he counter applied for an application for a trademark for Iceman and Iceman 44, George Gervin. So right now, it's
Yikes. Everything is becoming such a legal battle to do, man. I think that's the thing
yeah,
that's taken away from the fun of going out and playing these sports and being involved in these sports. Where's the fun, man?
yeah.
Everything's about legal fees and all this shit. Why can't motherfuckers just go out there and on top of the Iceman? Hey, Caleb, I like it. It's a good name for you, but you got to do it more than once.
I mean,
You got to do that more
technically,
than once.
technically, I mean, if you mean like
Season
in the
wise,
season,
you got to do
yes,
that
but
more
like
than once.
he did it 3, 4 times in the 3, 4 weeks stretch, like between the Ram
Mm-mm.
game. Like
More than one
you haven't seen
season
that
of you
from other
doing that.
quarterbacks in one season.
Pat Mahomes is damn near legendary, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have no name for this dude besides Mahomie. Like, there's no name for Pat Mahomes. There's no name for this dude. There's no name for Tom Brady until now, which is the GOAT. So I would like to see him, continue to have a couple more
It was just,
seasons where we can officially call him the Iceman. But talk your shit, man. I'm just here. Listen.
I mean, I'm not mad at the man actually being business savvy and actually. I mean, you would have thought George Gervin would have been, trademarked that for
He
over
old
30,
school,
40 years.
man. He old school, just like people call if your name was Keeftootall and someone else came in 5 years from now. after you take off doing your podcast or your Instagram stuff or whatever it is, somebody come in and say, I'm Keep Too Tall. You like, yo, that's the name I started.
True, but I'll be sure for sure make sure I get that done, or I'd
You
be
gonna
good
have
for
to.
I could use a rebrand. Every 5 years, boom, rebrand, boom.
Yeah.
So just be ready. But 30 years, like 30, 40 years, dog. Like, come on now, like
But
I just thought he would have been done it, but
not everybody does that. His airness, like you know how many people are probably thinking right now, maybe I should go copyright his airness or Air Jordan, which you can't do, I don't think, because it's already done. But there are things around
sad.
Mike's name that people are already trying to take the same way what everybody else do. People do that type of stuff. They wait for you to sit back and if you didn't do it, like I get it, but that's where we live in. Keep on going.
You
Keep going.
know.
That's just where we live in. Fuck it.
So I mean, I ain't mad at it, but we'll see how it turned out. That's gonna be a very funny,
Damn pirates.
interesting, back and forth between them two. And I mean, everybody talking about. I think Skip was talking about it. And just kind of like not hating on it, but they say he's trying to steal it. So it's like, hey, it is what it is. We'll see how it go. But to move on, Tiger Woods was in a car crash yesterday in Jupiter, Florida. I'm like,
Oh man.
I thought it was fake news. I'm like, not again. Like, this can't be like,
Again. How does Tiger Woods continuously end up in car accidents and there's always a woman around? You know what I think?
when he was getting his
He got a
he was
lot of
get-
motion in these cars, man. He
I was
need
gonna
to.
say, yeah, he was getting some.
Hey, Tiger Woods, it's okay to have a chauffeur. You up $500 million. It's okay for you to have a chauffeur, brother. Like it's okay for you to do that. We understand you want to have fun, but let somebody else drive the whip. If that's what's getting you off, you need to go into like a empty parking lot or something like that.
some
And
land.
yeah, go somewhere where you can do that without hurting people or get into car crashes. You know what I mean? It's just you and whoever you got in the whip with you. But brother, come on now, get it together.
I'm out
Get it
like two.
together. This is
I'm out
like
like
every time this happened with Tiger Woods, man. Some young blonde woman, some pale skin, some people would call it pink toe, jumps up out of the car and there she is, bro.
my milk of magnesium.
My milk of magnesia. Yeah. Why does this continue to happen to this guy, man? It's like he don't know already that yo, I got this going on. I am rich, but I'm gonna do whatever I want because I'm rich. Fam, fall back. Can't you just create a parking lot in the back of your house, man?
Yeah,
Can't
like I
you just
said,
can't you just have a chauffeur to just drive you around, brother?
it
What's
might,
up?
like you said, it might be his kink. It might be his thing that he just like. He might be like 2 Chainz. I'm getting hit while she driving.
Yeah,
Something
he
like
might be that. Might be that. Like Lori said, getting head in the whip without crashing it. But you keep crashing, bro. You keep crashing. You keep crashing, Tiger Woods.
yeah. And
Come
this
on,
thing,
man. I
he
think that's the thing. He liked the whole thought of losing control. Bro, they make Teslas now. Go grab you a Tesla so we don't have to worry about this issue no more. Put in your designation, bro, and just lay back and let her do what she wants to do, what she's there to do, what you paid her to do, however it's going. If it's two of them, God bless you, brother, but get it under control, damn it, man.
he the human version of let Jesus take the wheel because every time he get behind that motherfucker, he like, hey,
And instead of
legs
Jesus
there.
taking the wheel, man, let Tesla take the wheel, bro. Let Tesla do it for you. They make the
Might
car
as well. I
for
mean, at
you.
that point, yeah, you would think he'd be a Tesla man. He look like a Tesla man.
He should be driving a Tesla and have it set up where he puts it in the designation and bang, 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 bang. It knocks out all of that for him. He's not doing that, bro. Come on, Tiger Woods.
I mean, the good things is no one got hurt in this crash. I mean, like they said, supposedly he, on DUI suspicion. He actually out on bail right now. Um, the car tipped over when he had
Next, he
to.
gonna be bumping Tupac. I don't bail fresh out of jail. Go ahead, keep on going, keep
But they
going.
say he was speeding, and then he tried to get around this car. You know, really he swerved out the way, tried to avoid it. But he ended up clipping the back of the trailer. His car tipped over. He climbed out that man like Batman out the whip. And I mean, they saying like from the test and all that stuff, like they don't think it's alcohol related. It's actually like medication from all his injuries and surgeries that he been had the last couple years, really. So, I mean, it could possibly be just like that what he's saying too. Also, so like we'll find out for sure when he the actual get like the results. But man,
Tiger Woods, come on, man. You know what you like to do out here, bro. We know you are known for this, fam.
his
Get that
his
thing together, brother.
his falls from grace need to be studied for sure, though. Like that's like crazy. How you was literally on top of the world. Everybody loved you. You was one of the greatest golfers of all time, just unstoppable. Had a crazy run, and then you getting caught cheating really derailed your career. Your wife throwing everything at you at the car while you trying to get out the car and stuff. Out the
It
crib.
makes no sense what this dude is out here doing.
And then ever
This
since
is
then, it's
like
just
it's like 4 or 5 car crashes.
car
Was there
crashes,
so he was
DUIs.
yeah, so he was swerving his car and he just got into an accident. Did they say where he was going? What was it, an emergency? What are they saying about this accident, bro?
No, they just said he was a high speed driving like in the 30 miles per hour lane, section area. I mean, they don't know how many miles per hour he was driving, but they said from the pictures of like the snippets of him, driving down the street, he must have been like blurry versus everything else. Like he must have been zooming in that bitch, like Fast and Furious 11. He might need to be a Fast and Furious the next movie, so don't be surprised if you
We
Tiger
gonna need to
Woods.
get you a role in Fast and Furious. We gonna get you fast. We gonna do F12. You gonna be F12.
Yeah, so yeah,
F11 or F12. We gonna have to put you in one of those, man. Cause you wilding out, brother. You older than Keith for sure. You older than me for sure, or the same age as me. I think you older, but brother, you got a fuse. You got fused discs in your back. You got all these issues and complications, man, that you're trying to fight through and still maintain being one of the best golfers in the world. Come on, dude. Like, get that thing together, man. Hey, we want to see you. I want to see you out here. I want to see you out here winning. I want to see you out here making money. I want you to have fun with the ladies too, but
that was the thing. Like, no, bad. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, talk.
Okay, that was the thing. Like, he's supposed to like come back and like play in these majors and stuff and like these tournaments, but shit. I mean, he probably could still do it after this. Is a this is a DUI. Like, he got his best one of his good friends is Donald Trump. This gonna be washed away. As long as he ain't kill nobody, he gonna be all right. Unfortunately, that's a bad thing to say that, but he gonna be back out here. Hopefully, he ain't injured, but
And that's the
knowing
whole
him,
thing. We shouldn't even have to say that. Thank God he didn't kill anybody.
yeah,
Like we shouldn't even have to say
it's
that. It
sad
should
to
be
say that.
there it is. It should be a situation where we go, yo, you know, um, nothing happened. He made it home and everything was okay, but that's not what's going on right now. This is Tiger Woods. Are we gonna say this is when he usually starts having a slump? Because
Shit,
usually when
he was already slumping. Like he ain't won shit in the last few years. Like he'll pop up with one major win every like
a
oh,
couple wins here and there,
like,
right? But this is
but
usually when we know that he's like
the,
in that slump or something like that. Like he
the
slumped out.
I think literally the last two times he tried to play, he ended up getting hurt. So it's like I think this is the slump. This is like probably worse than now with this DUI, allegedly suspicion.
Damn
He
you,
just
Tiger Woods.
keeps getting himself set back every time he try to make a step forward. Basically,
I got that for you, Tiger Woods. Yeah, that's all for you.
motherfucker,
You don't even
fucked up.
right.
You fucked up.
You don't even know what that means, but that's for you, brother.
He
Take
no, he
that.
need to be like need to get that baby powder to slap his goddamn self.
Mm, give him a powder. Give him a powder
But
shot.
baby powder,
Cause you fucking up out here, bro.
nah, there nada.
Not a
We
near
not
another
see
time,
we
brother.
said, but I see nah, there nada DUI, nah, there nada car
Not a
crack, nah,
near
there
another.
nada. Nobody said that near nada like you said near nada though.
You out here tripping, Tiger. Come on, man. Get that thing together, brother. We want you to ball out and be a gamer in your sport. That's what we want.
You
Not this
just
slump shit, man.
you
Come
just
on.
snuck your way into the HOE'N Awards ceremony out of nowhere.
Oh, you not hooping, so you got to be hoeing. You got to be hoeing. Is you hooping or is you hoeing? What's next on the agenda, brother?
Next on the agenda, talk about a little bit of this March Madness that's going on right now.
For sure.
Um, Surprise, motherfuckers! Illinois. A lot of people had Houston beat Illinois, but I've been watching these last few games since this tournament started, really. And
Hmm.
this year,
Hmm.
that's the only team I really watched this year. And I was, if you know, I was like they look good. Like they could be some good teams. And then like the last few weeks during the season, regular season, they kind of lost some games. I'm like, that they can get got for sure. But man, these three games in the March Madness, series joint, we beat Houston. It was bro, the lowest scoring game in the first half. They both had like 24-22
Crazy,
out the whole tournament.
crazy. Because I didn't see the game, but keep
It,
going.
it was a bro. It was a great like high seeded game, like between two really good teams, and it was literally like haymaker, not haymaker happened, but like jab, jab, uppercut. Like it was literally a back and forth, like boom,
Yeah.
like and
Listening,
then
going by what Shannon Sharp was saying, he was saying basically you using boxing. So to me, from what I hear, it was a dirty fight. You know what I mean? Like they had to really scrap it out because
yes.
neither team shot well, and in the process of
It
them
didn't
not
start off.
shooting
No,
well.
it was really like one of them old school like literally like you gotta make and you really couldn't mess up. Like you couldn't like turn it over too much. That's the thing. They wouldn't turn the ball too much. They wasn't fouling like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was like fouls at a certain point. But like literally like our big men, we got two big men. Oh, before I start that, our whole team is basically like full of European players. Like the starting lineup and our starting guard, who's a
Heard that too.
freshman.
Heard that too.
Uh, Wagler, Wagley is his last name, first last name, but first name Keegan. He a hooper. He could score. But this game he was struggling. This was the game where like everybody had to collectively come together. But
Okay.
we got two big men that's legit. Like they can score. They can box out. They big. They like if they look like what 6'10", maybe 7 foot.
Mm-hmm.
But they do everything so well. Like far as boxing out, getting the boards. We won the top offensive rebound team, so that saved us a lot in that game. Because Houston's a very defensive minded team. Like they can switch and all that. Make you force you to like rush your game up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing about the Illinois. They was poised. They didn't get rushed. They was like taking their time, making sure breaking down the defense. Taking and picking the rolls, setting up the plays, slashing, gashing,
Mm-hmm.
but also making timely threes. So like it was literally close game in the first half. We kind of busted open in the second half. Like starting off, they try to creep back in, but like we took off to the last 10 minutes. We actually like separated ourselves, but. Man, great game. Oh yeah, Stojakovic's son, Pedro Stojakovic's son,
Mm-hmm.
Andre Stojakovic. He can hoop. Like you thought
Yeah,
he was
that's what
just
they've
like
been
a
saying. They saying he can hoop. They've been saying that
like
for a while.
like his daddy was definitely a pure sniper, pure shooter. He'll get you maybe a little one step right there to the free throw line shot, like 17 foot or whatever. Big dude who could rebound, but like Stojakovic, his son, he
Mm-hmm.
can shoot. He can go to the hole, which impressed me. Like the way he got to the hole, I'm like, oh, he's way better than his daddy at that. Like slashing, getting to the hole, making them shot for himself.
Yeah.
But he kept him in the game. Like actually, he was like he came off the bench for like I think 11, 13 points right off the bench, like in the first second half. And he kept us in the game and like gave us that spark, man. But I low key think we one of the best teams right now. Like I got them going to the Final Four.
Okay.
They play Iowa tonight, which is another Big Ten. I didn't say rivalry, but like we definitely in the Big Ten together.
To
And
me,
like,
I would like to think any team that we go against in the Big Ten is going to be a rivalry, especially
yeah,
right now when we're going down to the Elite Eight or the Final Four. Like this is it right here. And
true.
salute to the Fighting Illini for making it to making it this far in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. I was not expecting the Illini to get that far. Again, I heard it was a dirty fight. I did not see the game. I was not expecting the Illini to make it this far. But since they have, only thing I've heard is good things about that team. I've heard that they have more Eastern European players than ever before. I've also heard that was something that they've been aiming for years. They've been trying to do that for years.
Yep.
Having local Chicago talent was a thing that some of the guys lower on the totem pole wanted, but the people that are really running the program really didn't care that much for having basketball players from the Illinois area, unless they were from downstate or from other parts other than the Cook County area, or should I say the Chicagoland area. They didn't really want a lot of talent from the city unless it was like football. So they got what they wanted, you know. Hopefully we'll see what happens with that in a couple of years. But salute to them. I think the tournament is gonna be it may end up being a rougher outing for them along the way because I heard some great things about not Arkansas from Arizona, and I've heard some good things, of course, about Duke being out there, being one of those teams as well. So um, I'll leave it at that. You know, I don't have any bets on anybody. I can't bet because the way that I see basketball, especially college basketball, like they play very hard, but no one is a sure thing out there these days. So I'll leave it at that. But if I were to put my money on something, I would go with Arizona.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, pretty much like it's literally been all talk the whole time of like Arizona for most of the year anyway. So like I can see them, and then the way they played the other day, I definitely see them winning that. They could win this whole thing.
Mm.
Um, I had Duke in my bracket, just going off pure feel.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing the other teams like UConn, I knew they would be like because they won the championship a couple years ago, so I'm sure they would be back. But I thought they could get got at this point. But they looked real good last night against Michigan State in the first half. They let them come back, made it a game. But Purdue, man, they got some teams, man. Some good teams out here. So Duke beats, survived the upset against St. John's yesterday, a
Oh
couple days
we,
ago.
oh we.
That was literally one of the ones like they was up and then they let St. John's, come back, take the lead. Middle of the third, it's third. I mean, so I keep saying third quarter. It's pretty much second half, and then like the last 15, 20 minutes, Duke made the game. Took made it close the game, took the lead, and was
Okay.
scrapping to hang on the last like 3, 4 minutes because St. John's just wouldn't go away.
And St.
Every
John's been getting tough over the last couple of years too, man.
yeah,
From what I
because
remember, like
Rick,
they've been steady.
Yeah, Rick Pitino been there for 2 seasons and he's done way more already in 2 seasons than they had the last like
Then
20,
that's
30
what it
years.
is. Then that's what it is. Then, because I haven't, you know, I'm not big on the college sports no more. But I do know who Caleb Wilson is. I do know who Cohen Carr is. I do know who A Cuff is, and a couple other guys because I've been seeing stuff. I even told you, hey, yo, look out for that kid in UNC named Caleb Wilson. Like, I think he's gonna be one of those ones until he hurt his thumb or his index finger a couple weeks ago. But
Yeah.
I was watching them. Those are the guys that pop up on my feed. So when I see those type of guys on my feed, I watch them like, oh yeah, that dude can hoop. He a gamer. He a baller. So when I see that, I know those are the type of guys that you should watch and pay attention to. But uh, Michigan State is still in it too, right? Or did they get put out?
Yesterday they played UConn, they got put out. And it was like
Ah,
it's the thing. I'm not a big fan of Michigan State, but I had them going beating UConn in this game in my bracket. So it was like, and they almost did like because like the first half they started off bad though. It was like they was down. It was 28 to like 9 or 8 or something like that. I'm like,
mm,
this ain't looking too good. So
mm.
I watched something else, and they came back within the game. Like made it a 3 point game. The last like second in the second half, the last like 15, 10 minutes, whatever. So it was a back and forth game to end. They had a chance to win it, but
Okay,
somebody hit a big shot in the end for the UConn, like not big shot, but just like they was up already too. So just one of those like they needed to stop, and you couldn't afford them to make another shot or a free throw, or whatever,
gotcha,
a free throw. So
gotcha.
Michigan State, shout out to Michigan State, making it a game at least. I thought they was like cooked after seeing they was down like pretty much 21
You
points or something.
suck, Michigan State. You suck.
So with that,
UConn would used to be a dominant team though. Do they got? Are they really built like that now? Or they
oh
just got
yeah,
like a group of players that come together and there's a good cohesion?
I think it's like a little bit of both because like I said they won the championship a year or two ago, like a couple years ago, and then like yeah last year that they lost, so they kind of like regrouped a little bit with a couple more
Mm,
players.
I didn't know
So, like,
that.
they
Damn,
got
I'm,
they, they
I'm
got
way
good
out the loop.
structure there. Like the coach is a really good coach, so like he got like a no play around type mentality, and like he take his shit seriously. So
Zero
I think
tolerance type of guy.
yeah, so they got like a good coach. So I think that like they was able to rebuild real quick to be good this year. I
Mm,
didn't think they was gonna, win it in this game. So I thought it was like, all right, this is the game they'll lose or mess around and jag. But I mean, they kind of almost did though, still. But they can get got, but they look good though. They look good. I think Arizona probably the better team out of all of them. But so that will set up the Duke versus UConn game, which
mm.
I believe is should be today. But That should be a good, really good game. I think that's gonna be one of the better games. Hopefully, if Cam Boozer and them, because Cam Boozer he did this thing, and then they got a point guard or a shooting guard on that team. He was killing that last game against St. John's.
So looking at it right now, today's games are number 9 Iowa against number 3 Illinois, number 2 Purdue against number 1 Arizona.
That's gonna be a good
All
one.
right. So that the first game that I spoke on, Iowa Illinois, that's at 5:10. The Purdue game is at 7:50. Purdue Arizona. So those seem like two really good games, man.
Yeah,
I'll be here doing another podcast, so I'll be here watching from home. I'll have them on, or I'll be watching boxing like I am now. Salute to Amazon Prime, man, for putting the Zone boxing on there.
it
And every
did.
now, yeah, they play old fights. They have a
Okay.
channel where they play old fights. And salute to them for also having HBO boxing on here as well. I don't know what's going on with you all in this HBO boxing, but it plays and then it doesn't play. It plays and then it doesn't play. Like while I'm doing my podcast, I can really sit here and work and do my work, and I'll have the fights playing. Like this morning, I've been up since like 1 or 2 this morning. I took like a nap in between, but I saw Mayweather versus Cotto. I saw Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton. They had a few good fights that was on this morning while I was doing my work, and it brought back memories of that those years where I was at those times and periods. When Floyd was fighting and everything, and you remember like, yo, Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton, and you see it and it happens, you go, damn, I forgot about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of good shit, going on with these apps and everything. But also, I would like to say, man, Fineo, rest in peace to my nephew, Staku,
Rest in peace, young guy.
aka, I mean, because he was known to me as Staku, but to the world or to Chicago and to the California area, y'all may know him as Saeed Ivy. You know what I'm saying? Love you, nephew, man. Just hitting here talking about college basketball. I know Nike did the shoe in your honor and in your name and everything some years ago, but just sitting here hearing about ball, you would have been one of those dudes. So I'm gonna leave it at that and keep on going.
All right, and then other couple games to get to finish it out. Tennessee was upset over Iowa State. It don't sound like it really to me because I feel like Iowa State low key was a surprise this year for us being legit like high seed, but
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee was a 6 seed and the Iowa State I believe was the number 3. They
Mm-hmm.
bounced them out the tournament. And then Michigan beat Alabama. It was looking ugly at first in the first half. They looked like it was a close game, too close for comfort. But like Michigan pulled it off and ran off with the plug. So you got
You said they
Arizona,
ran off with the blood.
Arizona versus Purdue, like you said, is today. U of I versus Illinois versus Iowa, also, and then Michigan versus Tennessee. I believe tomorrow. Duke and UConn
Mm-hmm.
also tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Should be some really good games. I'm looking forward to that Arizona Purdue game, Iowa and Illinois, and Duke versus UConn. Michigan State versus Tennessee. That might be a sneaky good game. Like I haven't saw too much Tennessee this year, so and they've
I
been
haven't
winning.
either, man. Like they quietly been moving along. You know, they
Yeah,
quietly got there, and they've been doing their thing. But that Duke UConn is always, that game, the games like that, like UConn, Duke, UNC, like those are
yeah,
always the games to be watching out for. Those guys always like. It seems like there's a unhidden, there's a hidden rivalry between them that like we got to go
it
out here
should
and
be one
dominate
like
these
you would
guys.
think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, just because that's a East Coast. Those are two kind of like East Coast teams. We're not. One is East Coast and the other one is like I would think the SEC conference or something, SEC or something like that. So
yeah, and they actually
that's
good
always
this
been a
year.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
the last few years, like it's either one really good and one is like kind of falling off or not as
Mm-hmm.
good. Like Duke ain't been that same blue collar or not blue collar, but like that great blue team that they usually known to be. But
Mm-hmm.
this year they balling out. UConn, they won a couple years ago, still in that same realm. Took a year off this year, maybe found his magic back. But Arizona back being the top team, been constantly been the top team last few years. Michigan back to being really good. Um, I mean, hopefully Illinois can keep bringing in those Europeans from overseas. They got, like I said, they've been doing this for the last few years. Like,
Boo to that bullshit. But if it was working, Let it work.
Like, because I'm thinking like,
That weak ass shit. Go
especially
ahead.
against Houston, I'm like a team full of niggas versus a team full of Europeans. I kind of want to roll with the niggas, but like my my home, grown, U of I. The way I only reason I ride, I'm like they actually been playing this good this year. It ain't just like 1 or 2 games.
And you gotta let them know the other reason why you ran with the Illini is because you are a part of the Illuminati. Just let them know.
Y'all got me. Y'all got me. Y'all got me. No, but no, it just I mean I always since Darren Williams, D Brown, Luther Head, Clint Powell, James Augustine, those years I've been rocking with Illinois, and
Remember Frank Williams?
yeah, Frank Williams, shit, we had a few motherfuckers like low key sprinkled in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, from your Kendall Gills, and all that. So
Kendall Gill,
like,
yes sir, yes sir. That year, that squad that they had with Kendall Gill on it, that was a crazy squad
yeah.
too. They did very well. Well, they
So
did well, I should say.
between them and DePaul, I mean, DePaul been they've been
Hmm.
DePaul. So like, that's sad to say. But
That's because you're
man,
part of the Illuminati, but whatever.
go U of I fighting the Illini, riding with y'all tonight. Hopefully, get to that Final Four appearance again. That bit,
Look at I'm trying to
yeah.
change the subject going. I'm telling you, this man right here be out there like it's the Rock.
It's
Look at
definitely gonna be. Oh
yeah,
no,
especially if Ho going to concert. Y'all know he going right. If it's $5,000, Keith is going to hustle up the money and going. He going. Even
I
if
ain't
he got
doing
to
all
give up
that.
that
But
butt.
because I've seen Jay like 2, 3 times already. I'm cool on picking up that much money, but I mean I'm cool with getting. I'll get a standing room joint just to be in that bitch,
Yeah,
especially for
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 sure.
Blueprint, like
Yeah.
or Reasonable Doubt, one or the other. Like,
So
all right,
you've been three times?
yeah, I saw him. Yep, I saw him for the Blueprint 3 tour with him, Trey Songz, and Jeezy.
Okay.
This is where I learned that Jeezy probably got some of the best fans, or like he got that
Bruh, he
revered
has a
love,
cult. He has a cult following,
bro.
bro.
Like he had a louder like cheer or like love than Jay did at his own concert. I was like, that's
Yo,
crazy.
Jeezy has a following,
He
bro. That
he had the hood niggas
and
out there.
yes. And I want to say so. Ooh, that okay. So since we there, all right. Now remember, we talking about Jay-Z's concert was your best experience there, all right?
Yeah,
Remember that, all right?
3 year.
That man has a cult following, and it's been like that ever since Thug Motivation 101.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
the mixtape that he dropped before that,
Trap or Die. Yep.
Trap or Die, the mixtape, right? So
Hmm.
Thug Motivation 101, right? That would you say that is a classic album?
Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, I didn't even know about the album when like I knew who Jeezy was, and when he came out with a Then What. I wasn't really listening to him like that though.
Because
I remember,
everybody thought it was like cheesy and it was corny. Even DMX called him Young Cheesy. You know what I mean at the time.
yes, I remember this girl had wrote in our high school paper like this is like album of the year or like the best album this year. I'm like, damn, for real, Jeezy Thug
Yeah,
Motivation 101.
yeah.
But when I look back, I remember hearing some songs ringing throughout the school and there's like outside. I'm like, oh yeah, this was slapping. And I went back and listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
That motherfucker from front to
From
back.
front to back, bro. Damn near every song you go through, that bitch jamming, bro. Like it just jams out. And
Yeah,
if you
so
ain't the type of person that know that get up and go do something, even if it's working out, bro,
yeah,
you don't understand that. But you got to understand it. You got to know what that feel like. What he's saying, the world is yours and everything in it is out there. Get on your grind and get it. Hey,
yes.
sky's the limit, my G.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's the limit. Like he's saying this in these songs, and he's talking to you. He's like, "Yo, you can do anything you put your mind to, put your grind to. Forgetful ass niggas, must I remind you? Men do
Yes.
what they want, boys do what they can, and it ain't no secret. I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
He,
some people said it was very simple and everything like that, which in part it was. But Jeezy wasn't trying. Listen, like he told you, I ain't trying. I ain't here to be the coldest lyricist in the world, and I could
yeah.
care less about that. I'm here to get my paper. I'm here to change this money over. And I'm here to get out y'all way. I don't care about none of this other stuff that y'all talking about.
For real. Like what he said on that album, and like it's literally like it's motivational, and like every song hit is real, and it's like simple, but like it can get to anybody, it can get to everybody to like understand like put your work in, do your hard, whatever you gotta do to get that grind going. But
Yes, that's a fact.
I
The
couldn't even
fact
hate it. I was like, I couldn't even hate. Like, this is a fire album. I can't
that
even
shit
start.
was fire, and I heard it. I was like. this nigga better not end up being better than Tip, man, because I ride with Tip hard, bro. I
Well,
ride with Tip hard than a motherfucker,
that's
bro.
the thing,
But
and that was the whole thing. Like, who made trap music or the best trap music is like because Ti started the trap music,
T.I.
you
was
know,
the guy that came with it. So let me
and that album was cold. So it was
so
like,
let me go back on that because he did do the trap music album, right? He did the album called Trap Music. But if
yeah,
you go back to Atlanta Rap and you know about Goody Mob and you know about the
mhm,
Dungeon Family and you know who Slim Calhoun is, they were already talking about trapping. That was
mhm,
already their thing. But T.I. took it and he coined the phrase the same way we talk about this whole Iceman thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He coined the phrase and he made it what we consider trap music. He turned into something else after that trap music album came out.
true,
T.I. took off, even though he had to deal with the feds and his cases and everything,
yeah,
going to jail and all that, which kind of hindered his hustle in a higher
yeah,
level that he should have reached to me.
yeah. I
Uh,
agree.
Even though that did happen, T.I. was the one that put it out there and let everybody know, like down south, like it ain't just sun and dirty roads out here. Like it's real shit that's really going on. Even though Outkast and Goody Mob was already talking about it, he
Yeah,
made it sound more gutter and he made it sound more perceptive. Like you could it was like you were there. Like you were that was like Pharrell said, that was a down south Jay-Z and a little bit of Nas mixed in there. Like he was giving you the portrayal of what was actually going on in these areas where he was staying at, where it was actually happening. And
yeah,
then once he dropped Urban Legend, whatever happened to him again, whatever trouble he got into, he had to deal with that. Boom. Jeezy arrived because Jeezy was doing, I forgot the name of that, what one of the mixtapes that he had out at the time where he had a red CD and a blue CD. He sounded more like Trick Daddy back then than he does now. So you can tell that Trick Daddy had heavily influenced his music and everything. So that was a thing. And then why he's slowly building, and then we get Trap or Die, and then we get Thug Motivation, and he just went on this run, and he had the situation he was with. Was the guys the group that he was a part of that they wanted him to be a part of to help move that initiative with Bad Boy
oh
Records
yeah, Boys in the
and
Hood,
Boys in the Hood, yeah, so that was the whole situation over there. So um, salute to
yeah,
Jeezy man for dropping one of the coldest and classic albums ever. If you want to just say it's the coldest trap album, if you categorize it, if you want to just say it's one of the coldest albums ever. A lot of people would disagree with me, but for a dude like me, that had a hustle, and I was staying up late, and I was going here, and I was going here. You got Creed on one side of the crib knocking out CDs. You got me and me doing whatever the hell I'm doing up in the middle of the night, helping them with do that, going and do music and working on the tees, getting the t-shirts out and everything like that. So there's a lot of different things that was happening at that time, man. And so I salute Jeezy, man, just for having one of those albums that just stick to you forever. Because when I hear it, I get excited, bro. I don't know how everybody else feels about that album, but when I hear that shit, I get
yeah.
excited around this bitch.
Yeah, he got some shit on there. Then like they had that Go Crazy with Jay on there, the remix and all that. Man, his impact was alone. Just like I said, I saw it at that Jay concert. I was like, oh, he got the real like the hood niggas, the real niggas locked down.
Locked down, bro.
Like that was their
Locked
shit. Like
down.
that was like what he be saying, low key be scripture like on that album.
It is
So
because it's really like it's really and it's and not to man, it's really like concrete shit that you go by if you really live by a certain code. And it's not just street shit, but if you a man with morals and principles, it's just certain
exactly.
shit that you just live by. Look, I'm out here doing whatever I'm doing. Whatever it is I'm doing it. I ain't bothering nobody. But if you gon' fuck with me and I got to get up off this horse, or if I gotta get up out this car or off this block and fuck with and get back at you, man, that's just what it is. I'm only doing this because you made me react to it. I'm not doing it because I want to be seen. I'm not doing it because I want some fame or some fortune from it. I'm doing this shit because you are impeding my motherfucking process. That's all it is, bro. So salute to Jay Z and salute to Jay Z cuffing him. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little bit of a cuff move, saying, "Yo, you got it, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing." Salute to Puff and everybody else that got in Jeezy ear, man, and told him, you know what I'm saying, Continue doing what you're doing." But that is definitely a cat classic. So when you at that concert, talk about that concert, right? When you there, are they performing together or are they doing it in sets? Do they come out and like and fuck with each other or like is it just in
Oh,
sets?
so it started off, opener was Trey Songz. So he had the little small little section to himself, like he like kind of like just a curtain, singing to the hoes, the guys, with their girl, like, oh, okay, cool, this cool. And this is around the time he had dropped like probably his biggest album or like his best music.
Mm-hmm.
Go girl, it's your birthday, all that stuff. So he opened it up for this shit.
Uh.
Yeah. So then he he get off the stage. Jay come out second, like he start the show, like open everything up. You see the whole
What?
you see the whole stage. I'm like, okay, all right, all right. I'm thinking it's gonna
What?
be Jeezy right after Trey,
That's what I would have thought.
and then Hove come out. He do like a few songs, do his thing, and then as you know, he like, all right, y'all, see, I'll be right back. And you hear Jeezy music come on. And that's why I'm like, I hear the roar of the whole stadium. This is a United Center, by the way.
Mm.
Like when Jay came out, it was a big roar. But when he came out, Jeezy, oh my god, I was looking at my guy, I was like, like this is like for Jeezy. He's like, yeah, bro. I'm like, dang, he might got Hove on this, like on the far of love from the people from the hood.
And I know you in a good head place and everything. Like y'all celebrating, y'all in motion, y'all got people around y'all feeling the same way. And
Yeah,
then that
and
motherfucker come out. What's the first song do you remember that they played?
man, this is '08, so '09, so
You don't
this man,
remember? You can't remember. It's okay if you
G.
don't
I was
remember.
trying to think.
I'll be the same way. I don't
It
remember none
had
of
to
that
be
shit.
either something from Thug Motivation 101 or it was '08, '09, so it had to be maybe. I don't think it was recession. It had to be recession. Nah, this is right before the recession came out. So
No, it was
in
before
bet-
because recession. It's a recession. Everybody broke. I
yeah,
just came back to give everybody hope.
actually,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I saw that in the
Was it the
freshman year.
album? Now I command y'all niggas to get money hurt.
I think it was either in between inspiration or just when recession had came out. But anyway, I just remember the crowd went crazy to him, and how I know that's to be true for sure. I've seen Jeezy at a couple other times, and he wasn't the headliner, and people went crazy for him. I'm like, oh yeah, he literally got this on lock. Like as far as the best crowd fans that I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
that was a great show. Then him and Jay Jeezy started to do their songs, real as it gets, going crazy. They did some songs together, and then Jay came back out and did his whole like rest of his show. So I was just surprised that it wasn't like no hierarchy, like Trey Songz, then Jeezy, then Hove. It was literally a mix after
So it
with
had to have been an
Jeezy.
inspiration then, right?
Yeah, like yeah, inspiration just
Because
before
inspiration was 2000,
that was like six.
2006.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think a recession came out '08 or '09.
And then after that, he did the USDA. They caught,
Yeah.
I think, some white girl,
Yeah,
Christina Aguilera.
he might have
Yeah.
came after that if I remember.
Okay.
That might have been around that time. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm looking at his discography and how they have it set up. They got Trap or Die first. They got The Streets is Watching with DJ Drama 2004. Then they
yeah,
got Let's Get It Thug Motivation 2005. Then they got The Inspiration, which is 2006. And then they got Can't Ban a Snowman
yeah,
2006. But if everybody know, Can't Ban a Snowman was already out
yeah. Before,
years before that. Yeah, that shit was already man. Oh, good times, good times, good times, good times. Yeah, keep on going though. Like, where we at, man?
and he's so cold that he had shirts being taken away from school in high school and in public school
Yep,
or grammar school.
they were the shirts were
Snowman,
being banned. Can't ban a snowman.
literally,
They would everybody that wore that shirt because they were going to school wearing those shirts. They wanted to take those shirts out of school, or they were getting the kids expelled from school from wearing the shirts because no one really understood what it was. It was a black T-shirt with a snowman on. I think he had like a grill and like a chain on or whatever.
yeah, like a
And everybody that
smirk on
wore
his face.
yeah, like everybody that wore 'em, they assumed naturally that okay, this is some gang culture, this is some street nigga shit that they out here doing, and we need to break this up before like we get killed in the process. And it wasn't. They were just following a trend of hearing their favorite rapper do something, and they wanted to be a part of that. That was part of his brand. It was Can't Ban a Snowman. So No, it was the snowman was a thing first, and then when he
Yeah,
did that, it was Can't Ban the Snowman, which he came out with the other shirt and he put the stop sign on it and everything. Like, no, don't don't mess with me. But they were still able to push it. So that
but
was that was dope.
he had some great impact. Like that got to literally high school in my time. I was in what sophomore, freshman, or something like that.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
remember they literally stopped because everybody was like they was rocking that shirt, and then next day, like a couple days later, I seen that shit no more. Like, damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But shout out to Jeezy.
They did everything they could. Now they was like they don't just want you expelled from school. They want Jeezy to stop making the shirts. They was like no more of
He
them
was
shirts at all.
he was gonna go. I mean, he probably already was going platinum in the streets with that shirt, but like he was gonna make some good money off them shirts if
Hmm.
he like legit was selling it. I don't know if
Hmm.
some bootleggers obviously was probably doing this too. They probably had a two scoop of Snowman with not three scoop,
Hell yeah, they
But
probably had them in a dripping ass puddle or something. You know they'll figure out something out there.
yeah, but each Jay Z concert I went to, I've realized something. I was like, that was one Jeezy just having that cult following, that great fan base behind him, and then the second one was Jay Z and Justin Timberlake, the Legends of the Summer tour, which is
Mm.
honestly to me one of the better tours I've been to. Like it's a great mix of R&B and Jay Z hip hop. But this is where I learned that "You Don't Know" is one of the best songs he could perform ever, and like one of his best songs. Like I always love "You Don't Know," but like hearing it live in person,
That's a hype song too, man. If you're listening to
man,
that song and you know what the words mean and what Jay-Z is saying, you don't know what you done. Sure I do. Dun, 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 dun,
like
dun,
just
dun, dun,
the way that would be
dun.
ringing in the stadium or just like outside, like, and then he had like the fire, like background and stuff, like just coming
Mm-hmm.
down. She was on
Mm-hmm.
fire, like what? He heating up.
The
So
sparks and everything.
yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's going crazy. So that was one of the one I'm like, oh, he can keep up in the stadium with a R&B, legend, or like, it was a good balance of music to me. That like, just got some hits on there with
That's
Pharrell,
one of
like,
the coldest verses ever. I
yeah,
came in the game 100 grand strong, nine to be exact, from grinding G
he
packs.
packs,
Put
yeah,
the shit in motion, ain't no rewinding me back. Could make 40 off a brick, but one rhyme could beat that. And
man.
somebody would have told him that
Who
Ho would
was
sell clothing.
nah, not in my lifetime. Wasn't in my right mind,
That's
man.
another difference that's between me and them. I smarten up
Open the market up.
1
1 million,
million, 2
2
million,
million,
3 million, 4.
4 million. Ooh, man, he.
Yeah, that shit go dude crazy. Dude crazy with them
Nah,
words, man. Dude crazy with
man.
them motherfucking words, bro. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay,
Salute to whoever uh is able to get a verses together and you get him involved, which I don't think it ever happened. But salute to the person if Timbaland and Swizz, if y'all able to get that together, whoever it is got to be in their right mind, especially because we know who I'm talking about. It's gonna end up being Kanye.
yeah,
It's
and
gonna end up being Kanye.
and they for the segue to why the reason why on my third concert I saw him is
Okay.
him and
Boom.
Beyonce on the run, the first
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I saw. I don't know if nobody gonna be able to rock with him on the versus tour because this is basically like a low key a versus between him and Beyonce. Like the women,
Oh.
gonna ride for Beyonce, the guys gonna ride for Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you, every time like Jay came out, you felt the stadium rocking, like shaking. I thought it was like an earthquake going. Like this, I ain't never been to have an earthquake, in Chicago for sure. Like they said we had a couple, but like I felt like the whole stadium. Like I don't know if this motherfucker gonna laugh the way he rocking this place.
J be shaking the stadium.
And this after following Beyonce, literally going back and forth. Like, and this is Beyonce could sing with the best of them, like live, as much as possible, and like she could put on the show. I loved everything she did.
Yes,
But when she
sir.
did those slow ballad songs like Halo and stuff, like kind of slowed it down more than I wanted to. But Jay came right back and
You was in there
boom,
crying and
you don't
shit.
know.
Halo! You was in there crying.
I had the devil horns that night, but no, but then you come out, you don't know, hardest city, motherfucker. All I need is like, man.
Oh, honey, I never change.
He had Tom Ford going crazy.
I
I'm not
never
the biggest fan of
change.
that song, so
Oh, I am a rock representative.
so
Oh,
you shout out to U of I. and the Illuminati. Ho,
There you go. Yeah. 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 That's
no,
crazy
but
though. I wonder, yeah, keep on going. Keep on
no,
going.
yeah. So,
I ain't got
oh
shit
yeah,
to say. I'm just, man, wow.
but the Bulls out the playoffs, out the play-in purgatory. We finally out that gym.
Yeah, out I meant
Being
they finally shot the damn horse, shot the
yeah,
bull, put him out,
sucks
get him out of there.
sucks to see that, but the
Mm-hmm.
growth to see the growth of Modest Buzelis this year, they actually give him a chance to be the
Mm-hmm.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
If he just put on some more weight and put hone his skills a little bit, get those little, just get a counter for the counter for the counter for the counter, we'll be
Yeah.
all right. Um, him and Giddy now,
Stacey King calls you Boozy Vert. So my message to Boozy Vert would be, man, get it together. Get your not don't just get you a bag where you got a bunch of moves, but get strong because if you want to be one of those guys that are like winners, you're gonna have to be strong as shit. You're gonna have to be able to endure a lot. So you're gonna have to make sure that your body is physically trained to get up every day and take a toil. So during the summer, you're gonna have to make sure that this summer, which is coming up, your off season, which is starting in maybe a couple weeks or a month, depending on how you look at it, you are gonna have to get yourself up every day, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and you got to go do your drills. You got to go do your runs and get your conditioning together because if you want to be that guy, then you're gonna have to go the extra mile than everybody else. You're gonna have to be in peak condition. The conditioning you're gonna have to be in is a conditioning that leads to guys like LeBron playing for so long, Kobe Bryant playing for so long, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, those guys playing for so long, for 17, 18, 19 years. Kevin Durant playing for so long. You're gonna have to make the adjustment and the sacrifice and have the passion that gets you to that next level. We don't know if that's something that you want to do. You may just want to be like, hey, I'm just out here hooping, man, because I want to take care of my family. Or, hey, man, I'm good enough like I am. You may be on that level, but if that's where you're gonna be there. But I think it's a lot better for you because looking at your game now, if you just got stronger and added to your bag with the actual offensive artillery, you're gonna be way better than what you are now. But as far as a guy that can be able to take over the game, you're gonna need to be strong because somebody's gonna have to go in there and deal with this 7'5" tall guy named Victor Wembanyama, and somebody gonna have to go in there and not just I'm not saying you got to post him up, but somebody gonna have to slam dunk in his face a couple times from the Bulls and let him know that we are not backing down for you. Somebody gonna have to climb that beanstalk and chop that hole down. You know what I'm saying? So it might end up being you if that's a challenge that you want to take on. There are no other players that I'm looking forward to, but if I'm missing you, if I don't know who you are, that's my fault because um, to the Bulls. So go ahead, keep on going.
and let's just say somehow, some way, we get that Adam Silver, platinum pick, top three pick. Who would you draft? Would you take AJ DeBounster, um, Cam Boozer, Peterson from the Kansas Jayhawks, or Caleb Wilson, or
I wouldn't take Caleb Wilson if Caleb Wilson, man, come back healthy and strong and do another year. I would just like to see him play another year and really fill out the game. But if it were me right now and I'm starting off with a draft, I'm going with the Bancer. If it's me, I'm going after the Bancer. You know what I mean? They already are highly packed, or they are top heavy with guards, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so I would go with that guy. He's a stretch forward, right? So that's the type of
yeah.
guy that I would want to have on my team. And if it's not him, I would like to see more out of a guy named Cohen Carr that plays for Michigan State. I think he got a decent game. We just haven't seen it get unlocked yet. That's the only thing. I want to see a guy like that show more while he's out there on the court. We haven't seen his game completely. I would draft the Bancer though. I would go after a guy like that. Yeah, that would be my pick. Cam Boozer, you dope. I think you would do well, but for now, I would just pass on you just because I just wouldn't do that. Like there's nothing wrong with him. Like dude got a cold game, but I just wouldn't go for that guy. That's just me though.
No, yeah. I mean, because like my guy asked me the other day between the group chat, he asked like if the Bulls had the number one pick, who would you take? I said Cam Boozer, but my
Mm.
the other two guys they said AJ, which is like I understand like especially on the athletic end, like you kind of need that in the league, especially
Mm-hmm.
man, he can score with the best of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like with I chose Boozer. I feel like he more pro ready body wise and like
Mm-hmm.
his poise and smoothness of the game. But like,
And it might him going to the league will probably unlock more about him because right now he's
yeah,
playing in a system that says you have to learn the game this way. And then
right.
when he gets in the league, and by his second year, his third year, he might look like Paolo Banchero.
Exactly, and that's who my comp was a little bit of, like maybe more back to the back to the or baskets though. But he can play, and I literally yesterday watch AJ's highlights of this year and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cam's highlights. I don't see no separation. Like it ain't no clear cut. Like it's AJ, it's clear cut Cam.
I'm
Like
not saying it is. It's
they
just that more that fluidity that I like from a guy like Devancer. But Boozer, CB, he may be around even longer. You know what I mean? Just because he's already getting strong, he's already strong, and he can take that type of force into his game and everything. So
I can see it may take like like a half a year to a full season for AJ to really like
adjust to that type of game and get used to
yeah.
that pounding and moving up and down the court with these guys who are the same size. They're just as light and quick as you are. You know what I mean? But
But I could be, you know, but
yeah,
AJ, I could be wrong about that too. It's like I seen it, like I thought, you know, Jabari Parker's gonna take off and be the, you know, he
I did
injuries
too.
hurt him, you know, that didn't, you know, I can't kill him for that. But like
Hmm.
you know, they kind of wasn't the most athletic dudes, but I feel like Boozer is way athletic than his dad was ever was. Like he played a little bit better, more defense. I saw him with putbacks. He know how to like, you know, throw it down, you know, and he plays some solid defense actually.
His
But
dad, Carlos Boozer, was a rebounder, but he wasn't the type of
re
guy. Yeah, he was great with rebounding, but he wasn't the type of guy like to me that he just really bullied people in the game all the time. He wasn't really doing that. Um,
He was good. He had a solid like when he was in Utah, he was a good post
he
up
had a
like
solid game. He had a solid
2010 guy,
no.
2010 guy.
No doubt about it, but it wasn't like what his son is doing. His son does a little bit
Right.
more, and I think that's more because he was 6'9", 280. His son is like a little bit smaller than that. So for him, what he was doing, it was more like a pound game. It was more like that
Yeah.
Karl Malone game. You know what I mean? Like I'm really gonna
Right.
shoot this jump shot. I'm gonna get this jump shot off, and I'm gonna be good around the basket when I take these guys off the dribble because I'm decent enough to do that as well. But I like Cam Boozer. I think Cam Boozer is a nice pick. But if I wasn't going after him, my next guy I would be looking at, of course, would be Caleb Wilson if he does decide to come out.
Yeah. I,
Like I said, I think he should stay a year, and the other guy would be Cohen Carr. But that's just me.
yeah. No, I agree. I wouldn't be mad at either one.
Yes, sir.
Cam Boozer or AJ. Like I could totally see like AJ fitting in with especially like next to Modest.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like you always and I always been I've been preaching we need athletic, you know, fours and fives. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why, you know, why not go ahead and get that and then you know, because we already got like a liability kind of athletically with Giddy, so he needs as many you know athletic guys around him for
Yes,
defensive you
sir.
know help and also just to be able to lob and throw some oops and stuff. So
Yes,
I kind of
sir.
like that. I kind of like that dude that Leonard Miller that's on the Bulls that we end up getting in the trade. If he could just hone in on his game and start you know doing some tweak stuff,
Yeah.
he could be called like a solid, a nice little four for us that I wouldn't have to. I say worry about getting AJ, but like I could see him and or actually them two together like going crazy like on athletic tip.
Yeah, it
So
will work, and to me, again, we already know that the NUBA NBA, we know the league really wants to get it together. The association, we know they want to get together where they can go as big as possible, right? If they can have a 6'7", 6'8" point guard, 6'9" point guard like Magic Johnson, they'll take that. So if we really thinking about a big lineup for them, ain't too far off. Having Giddy,
yeah,
having Boozy, and having the Bansa or Boozer out there, it's right up their alley to do that.
need
It's
to
right up their alley to do that.
if yeah. All I know we don't need not a net, not a guard. So just go ahead and get you another big you know four between those guys those two guys.
Yes,
If
sir.
we if I'm not we talking like we got number one pick or some shit, but like I've seen things been done for others that I like to be done onto us. So that's it on the Bulls tip. Rest in peace to this year. You know, I started watching
I
like
said rest in peace to this year. Weak ass
um,
Bulls.
you know. Jerry Ryan's doing, you stay fucking us over. You heard
Yeah.
me?
Listen, we already did this on another podcast. Go
Yeah.
ahead and tell them
I'm,
what you think again. Say it. Speak on it again if you need to, man. Knock it on
nah,
out. Let
because
the
it's just
people
gonna
know the
piss me
answers.
off. It's just gonna piss me off
Let it
all over
out. Let it out.
again.
That's what we here
But
for. Goddamn weak ass boys. Let them know. Weak ass management. Let them know.
weak
Let them
ass
know.
ownership, weak ass management. They get rid of Billy Donovan. We're gonna go through a whole new just like everybody just get out of there, like, which sucks. But oh well. Baseball is back. And I only want to touch on a few things about this. Baseball is back. The back-to-back champs, LA
Baseball is
Dodgers.
back. Yeah.
Had other night had banner night, and then the next day they had ring night. So two separate nights of stunning on these hoes. Basically, like, oh, we won back-to-back championships on y'all last World Series. But
That's okay. That's okay.
it's literally the rich get richer because they end up getting one of the best closers or bullpen and Edwin Diaz from the New York Mets over to them, and they end up getting Justin Tucker. Is it Justin Tucker? From the Cubs, who was with the Houston Astros the year before, one of the better hitters in the league. So they pretty much just got a lineup full of killers
Mm-hmm.
and has the potential to go three straight, the three-peat championship. But
Mm-hmm.
it's baseball; anything can happen.
It
But they do
can.
got they
It
got
can.
Shohei, they got Mookie Betts, they got Freddie Freeman. Now they got Tucker, Kyle Tucker. My bad, not Justin Tucker. That's the kicker from the Ravens. My bad, Kyle
Tripping.
Tucker.
Tripping. That man love
Um,
football.
but just to point out, they debuting the ABS system, the automatic strike. For basically the if the umpire you feel like a player like usually it's like the catcher or the hitter. If they feel like the umpire made a bad call on a ball or a strike, you get to
Mm-hmm.
challenge it. Every team get two challenges, and if you get it right, you keep it. So like you can keep challenging pretty much until you get it wrong,
Okay. Okay.
and then well, not keep challenging, but like you get two, and then
But we spoke on that earlier, right? I said that that they should if for how many challenges or whatever your team gets as far as timeouts, they should be allotted the same amount of or half the amount of challenges, to make sure that
I
they
feel
keep
like
it fair.
I don't see what's wrong with like one every third inning, so like so three per game.
Why
So
not? Why not?
keep the but it's it's a start. It's to see what how it go because this could who knows how this might lead to I don't think they get rid of fully the human umpire, but
Mm-mm. We
if
ain't
they
trying to get rid of but we just want y'all to nail down these calls. I don't
yeah
know, I understand a pitch is coming at you 80 to 100 miles an hour, and you're trying to make the best call and between you, the pitcher, the batter, and yourself. You're trying to make the best call between all those guys to make sure that you do it correctly. So I just salute those guys, man. But just like anybody else, man, it's human error, and when it's a human error,
yeah
you gonna make a bad you can make a bad judgment call, or it could be a situation where guess what? They might just miss it because they took their eye off the prize. You know what I mean? They might have an itch or a scratch that they got to deal with, and something might affect them, and it does. Like that's the type of stuff that happens, and it's human error. But if they want to try to make it work, they could also have a computer back there watching the pitch count and um making an account for them. You know what I'm saying? And saying, hey, I say strike, but quietly doing it, strike. You know what I mean? And there's someone back to this manning the machine and watching it, going, that one says a strike. The ump says a ball, strike. And you may say, all right, that was a strike, ball. And ump may say strike. You know what I mean? Have somebody with the machine back there to man it just to see the how the calculation and analysis of it goes. Of course, the machine is gonna get it correct the majority of the time because it's a machine doing it, but because you want that. I think that's the other thing that makes the game better because it is a human being making those calls.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I could be wrong.
No, it's gonna be good for like high leverage situations. Late games, important games, like key moments where like it could change the outcome of a game. So it would be interesting to see. There was a video that I saw that like this made a call and he was had the mic on. He was hot, and I
Mm.
guess he didn't realize how much it picked up. He was like when he was like I guess he called strike, and the catcher he thought it was a ball. He's like, please be a strike. And then he heard everybody heard it on the mic. He's like, oh, like, well, my bad. Like he was just like you could just tell like maybe he was like, man, I hope I ain't wrong on this or like I don't know. It might dock them at some point with like if it's too many if you miss too many calls or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that was just funny how he was like, please don't, like, please be the strike or whatever he called. He was hoping to be that, and it ended up being the opposite. So, it might put a little pressure on these others, but like I said, I don't think it's gonna take away from having the human people's. But it's gonna be you're going to have to make some calls, like be justify some of these calls that you
We'll
thought
see.
were
We'll see what happened with it, man. Because I think it's not a bad thing to have, but we definitely want to keep the game. We want to keep the games the game. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this again about the AI, the analytical intelligence, because I don't necessarily think it's well, it is artificial, but I don't think it's intelligence isn't artificial. You know what I mean? So I think it's more analytical. So because it's so analytical, it can tell you everything mathematically or scientifically, or it's grabbing information from around the world from everything that it's being introduced to. But it can't judge off how you feel. It's only going by data. It can't tell you in a game moment will you take that shot or will you not take that shot. It can only tell you that you're only missing 24% of the time or 67% of the time. It's not gonna tell you the exact moment when you gonna strike gold or you're gonna do the right thing and at that right play. And the 24% of the time when you do it wrong, that may be the one time in that 24% that you do it right, along with the 67% that you get it right the rest of the time. You understand what I'm saying? So it may get things up to a certain level, but it's never gonna be able to tell you what the human being or the human experience is really like. It can never really judge that because it's not able to. It's not able to
yeah,
calculate that. It's not able to tell me that you're gonna hit a human run. I mean, hit a home run on this next play. It can't tell me that. It can't tell me that you're gonna steal the base on the next play. Even though it's saying mathematically 17% of the time you may steal. But
right,
game on the line, you need to steal second or you need to steal third or you need a game winning shot with 3 seconds left on the clock. It can't tell you that you're gonna make that shot. You're gonna only go by statistically if I hit or miss that. And if I miss it every time, then statistically I'm gonna miss that shot. But if I'm a gamer like Kobe, like like Carmelo, like Jordan, like so many others, like Steph, like Kevin Durant. If I'm like those guys, all it takes is for me to get it right that one time, man, and we move forward. Like that's all it ever takes. So it's never able to calculate that shit. But we
true,
need it. To help, as a background to have it there doing what it's supposed to do. We need it, of course. I do think we need it. It's gonna help, but at the same time, I don't want anything, to override the human experience.
yeah,
We keep saying we want it to make the game better. We want the refs to be sharper, but we don't want to take away from that human involvement and human experience of them doing it themselves because what if AI starts doing it all the time and then you go, damn, I just got to go, hey, AI is right,
yeah. Kind of
right?
like how like Netflix took over Blockbuster, like the human element of going to the Blockbuster and getting a movie. Like I missed that part for sure.
You
Like you
missed that
like
part, yeah. But you get everything for free. But see, that's the experience of going to the store and getting your movies,
yeah
right? I'm talking about the experience of
on
being
a
there at the
Friday night.
game. Yeah, your Friday night, you smoking one with your girl. You got whatever you picking your poison. You got your girl, or you got the homies coming through. Whatever it is, you got that together. But the human experience of doing something is totally different from that,
Yeah,
and you can't change the human experience, bro.
yeah, no,
Can't
for real, I agree.
it can give you an analysis of what sex is like, what it feels like. It can tell you, yo, if he talked to 10 women, 40% of the women going,
Yeah, true.
right? But it can't tell you, it can't calculate my experience. It'll tell you it may be euphoric,
Right,
it may
yeah.
be orgasmic, it may be a climactic uh experience for both people, but it can't tell you how it actually feels because it doesn't know what that feels like. You understand what I'm saying?
True. I agree.
So that's
Gotcha.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying. That's all I'm saying.
for
I ain't
sure.
got shit else to say. I ain't that smart. Every now and then I got a little bit of something to say, but not
Yeah.
much. I'm just a little corn nut head kid from the east side of Chicago, the south side of Chicago with a podcast. I'll kick it with my niggas on. You know what I'm saying? I just talk shit with them. That's all. You heard?
Yep. So shout out to the debut of that, and see how that goes for the rest of the season. But shout out to the Chicago White Sox and Cubs for getting smacked the first game of the season. About White Sox got smacked 14-2 to the Brewers,
And I'm still
and
gonna wear my goddamn hat. And
me
like Manny
too.
Fresh said, I still eat Popeye's chicken. Ho.
And then the Cubs got smacked by the Washington Nationals,
What was that
10,
score?
10-4.
Well, we wasn't alone. But who's a better team?
I mean,
Cubs Sox.
on paper and like according to media. I mean, I ain't gonna say according, but it's true. Cubs have the better team. But the thing is, like, they lost to the worst team. Like, we lost to the Brewers, who won the division and went to the NLCS. They beat the Cubs in the playoffs. Matter of fact, so and that's possibly what's going to happen. But they lost to the one of the worst teams in the NL, the Cubs. They lost that game 10-4. You know, it's the first game of the season. Like, that's not going to change. How they probably end up being the rest of the season. But it's just a bad start of the season. Like. But the Cubs have a better team. The Sox is up and coming, trying to be. We gradually gotten better the last couple of years. We had the worst team of all time with 40 wins, 41 wins a couple years ago, and then we jumped up to 60, which is a 17 to 19 game improvement. But it's just still the
I'm
60 is
always
like
riding with the Cubs. Keep on going.
60 is like the usually the bare minimum of wins in the season. So it's like we made a 19 game improvement or whatever.
Yeah.
We was ass.
Yes.
Uh,
Still. Blow, blow, blow,
but they
blow.
got a young core of guys that you will hope to see to take the next level and bring in some vets. But like some of the decisions they made right at the end of spring training, I didn't like some of the people they let go, and some people they kept. But we'll see. Maybe they know more than me. But today they both play today for the second time because they have for some reason it seems like every year they play the first game and then they have
Yeah.
a day off the next day. But I mean, I guess that's how they set up for like the opening day, so they can have enough games to watch, and then the next day have enough games to watch to balance it out. But I mean, if we gonna be ass, I hope the Cubs be ass. But at least when Chicago got like a baseball team in the city in the playoffs, it's litty for them.
It's better, man. Sports are better when Chicago is represented correctly, um, as a playoff as a contender. I don't want to say as a playoff team, as a contender. We look way better. And with that said, I ain't gonna say nothing else because I've been chopping up clips from a previous episode some time ago, and I've been dropping those slowly but surely throughout the course of the past 10 hours, 11 hours, or whatever it is. So some of that stuff you're gonna hear on those clips and everything. But we already know how we feel about these sports teams in Chicago. And we already know that these owners, or yeah, you're fucking it up. You're
Y'all don't
fucking it
fuck
up for us. You're fucking it up for us. We spending our hard-earned money, and you getting your pay out of it, and y'all jagging off our money.
Jagoffs, but
Major.
hopefully we'll see how this go this summer with those teams, and hopefully just there's more games to go to and enjoy. Hopefully I get to go to a couple of them just for the good weather. And but until then, we gotta wait for the Bears, hopefully, because the Bulls is ass. Sox probably gonna be ass, and I
And I'm
hope the
still gonna
Cubs.
wear my Sox caps. I'm still wearing my Sox caps, even though y'all gonna be boo boo juice. I'm still gonna wear my caps.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
still gonna wear them.
that's top five hat in the league right now. Even though we
Yeah,
asked,
yeah.
everybody still rock that hat. Even
Cheeks just hanging all out. They
yeah,
got the Sox got a BBL for the past few years, so and it stink, and that thing stink. So it just is what it is.
all right. And then back to what I was saying earlier, the WNBA
Mm-hmm.
passed a collective bargaining agreement. So it's a 7-year deal. They was able to get out that jam so they could actually get the season started in time without any delay. Um, I mean, like I said earlier, like the hoes gonna be making more money, man. They're gonna be able to fly the guys out. They'll be able to fly some guys out,
Y'all
make some,
about
get
to
some,
get some bread in y'all pocket now, man.
yeah,
Y'all can bring y'all men folk along. Y'all can get y'all can what I'm saying, do your guac 7,000 now.
man.
Yeah, fly me out. Fly me out. Y'all know I'm
Y'all
ready.
can have y'all some house husbands out here, like y'all
Yeah, I put
can,
it down.
man. But they
I
two
put it
thousand
down.
they the average salary would be around 600,000. Last year, 2025, that was 120,000. So a nice little come up of change.
Okay.
Not bad, that's that 120 that was nasty work by the WNBA or years before, which is crazy. They've been doing it for the last 30 years. That's crazy. Or like,
Hmm.
slowly been getting money. But the minimum of like, so if you probably the one towards the end of the bench, trash player, not trash, but not a highly marketable player. 300,000 this year. You should be able to make at least 300,000, at minimum, which is not bad. It's more than what That's crazy. That's more
Man,
than what the act.
y'all make more than I make, man.
Yeah,
So
like basically yeah. So like that's more than what they was averaging last year, but the minimum for last year was 66,000.
66,000. Wow. So what with the CBA in effect, what does it go up to? That's a
At the
300.
minimum,
That's a
three
300.
hundred. That's three
Okay.
hundred.
Bet it up.
But
Bet it up.
the average though is 600,000 like between the players. But saw where they say Audrey would be making about 1.5 mil, 1.2
Mm-hmm.
mil, something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Like if anything, she should be getting the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think she just ripped off what, three straight MVPs or some shit, or
Yeah.
two straight backed up,
Listen,
three championships.
like I said on a podcast with the brothers, all right? As
The
long
brother,
as the game as long as the game improves, this is going to happen.
yeah,
More shooters means that people will like to tune in more. The more of a pace that they can keep up, the more people will tune into the game. The more young ladies you have coming up, crossing over and doing things that electrify the crowd and get people involved in the game, you're
hmm
going to get more people wanting to see the WNBA players. I understand y'all want to get paid, but if you ain't got nothing for me to pay you with, if there is no visibility, if there is no merchandise moving, if there is no sales moving inside the stadium, no jerseys or anything moving, I can't pay you no damn money. I can't give you nothing. We
yeah,
already taken from the NBA. We already taken from the men, the basketball players that play in that play in the NBA, the association. We already taken out of them. We borrowing money. We borrowing the stadiums. So that y'all can do this. So y'all can play this game. But y'all can't be mad at us and upset at us because we can't pay you the salary that you want because we don't have it and y'all don't bring that. It's just like people said about Bud Crawford. Man, I don't want to watch Bud Crawford because he's boring. Whole time he was knocking people out, man, they were saying he was boring. It wasn't that he was boring. It's just because there was nothing attracting you to the fights. Now he was knocking people out, but Bud wasn't boisterous. He
right,
wasn't out here being arrogant. He wasn't talking a bunch
right.
of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing none of that wild stuff. So because of that, no one tuned into the fights. And then they put the rumor out there that he's on the other side of the street, or all this other stuff that they was making up. But it ain't that. It's just that the ladies haven't hit that level. They haven't broken through that ceiling yet, right? So we went through the 40s or the 50s, the 60s, right? And the game was what it was when it was a with our counterparts, the white men, the Anglo Saxons, those guys when they were playing the games, the Irish, whoever it was, the Polish, whoever it was who was out there dominating the game, they had the game. When the brothers stepped
Yeah,
on the court, they took it to another level. Since then, the free throw shooting has changed. Since then, the dribbling has changed. Since then, the speed of the game has changed. Since then, they jump higher, they shoot farther. The IQ picks up on they're more perceptive through their eyes. They see things a lot faster. So the evolution of the basketball game that we took over the same way with football, the same thing has to happen with you guys on that side of it. And once you guys have that, you will get more attention to that. That's all that needs to happen. Yeah, I understand y'all want to get paid, but just wait it out until till those young ladies become more dynamic, when they become more impressive and they start doing the same thing that the men do. I'm not asking y'all to be men because that's not who you are. You're women, and I want you all to play. I ain't asking y'all to dunk the ball. I'm just saying the young lady that I seen a couple years ago in high school or whatever who was dribbling that ball down the court and she was moving side to side and she was stopping on a dime and she was doing all that. And I think she graduated. She went to one of the colleges or whatever. Like, that young lady, wherever she is, and she's able to explore her game and show that she can do that, and if she makes it to the WNBA, that's going to make the game more exciting. If she's doing that in college, if she's having a chance to do that in college, that's going to translate to the WNBA. You're gonna need players like that who can shoot, pass, score, and do all these things out there that you guys need them to do. You're gonna need a person, a young lady who can go out there and grab y'all 15, 20 rebounds a game. You're gonna need all this type of stuff.
Yep.
It's just the evolution of the game. Until you guys get there, the salary will slowly go up or it will boom. And right now, y'all on a slow trend of going up or glowing up because you got a Clark, because you got a Asia Wilson, you got these players, and there will be more to follow. You just have to make sure that the game continues to flourish and grow, and it's gonna happen, right? There was a the Oscar Robertson, there was a Bill Russell, there was a Wilt Chamberlain, there was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly known as Lou Alcindor. There was all these guys, and there was the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, right? We
Hmm.
seen him play the game. We seen what he did for the game. We seen how the game took off from that. Everybody else got big contracts. That's why he was so upset. Yo, I'm getting $4 or $5 million a year. These guys got $100 million contracts, and I'm better than all of them. Why do they get more money when I sit here and I get $5 million a year? And then boom, these contracts they explode. And now look at the growth of the game again. It's happening again. So, and I still think they owe Mike money because all of the stuff that he did for the game. The game went global after he did what he did. But that's just me. Ladies, y'all time is coming. Congratulations. I'm happy for y'all getting y'all bag. More is on the way for y'all. Salute.
Yep. Fly me out. Shout out to them though for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
fly me out too. Like I'm really like one of the ones. I'm really worth it, man. You will enjoy yourself with me, and that's a fact, man. I ain't got much else to say there, but
Okay.
you're gonna have a really good time with me on every level. You understand me?
And
Do you
then
understand me?
and for the first edition of the 2026
Mm-hmm.
Hoopin and Hoe'N Awards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the
Mm-hmm.
first.
This is the first Hoopin' the Horn Awards. Dun, dun, dun,
So,
dun, dun,
we
dun,
we go
dun,
we
dun,
go we got some
dun.
categories out here. I'm gonna give top hooping and horn, top five hooping and horn hooping teams,
Yeah,
top
yeah,
five
yeah.
hoop horn teams. I'm gonna give you top five who players that's been hooping this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give
Mm-hmm.
you my hooping and horn rookie of the year,
Mm-hmm.
hooping and horn MVP
Mm-hmm.
of the like legit of the season, like who just been hooping, and then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
coach of the year also as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you
Okay.
some players that have been hoeing or like doing some suspect things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But let me
Let's
start
get
with
it.
the teams. Start with the teams.
Drum roll.
My hooping top five teams of the year.
Okay, who been hooping this year, Keith? Who been hooping this year?
San Antonio Spurs. A,
That's a fact.
a team that a lot of people they thought they was gonna be good for sure, but like they didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect them to be number two in the West, one of the better teams. Been beating some of the best teams all season. Everybody's saying they're a year ahead, and they saying they right on time.
They saying they right on schedule, bro. San Antonio Spurs, you doing your damn thing. Y'all been hooping all year, even in the absence of Wemby going down for games here and there.
Hmm.
Y'all been digging in, and y'all really been showing out. Stephon Castle, the other brother, Vasil,
Hmm. You got
DeAndre Fox, right?
yeah, DeAndre Fox. You got
Hooping.
Dylan Harper, the son of Ron Harper
Ron
on
Harper's son,
coming
yes
off the
sir,
bench.
yes sir, hooping. Niggas is hooping out there in San Antonio, bro.
Your everyday veteran that he's not impressive, but he's like solid. Harrison Barnes, like you got
Mmm.
a nice little whip on that team with
Mmm.
Victor Wembanyama, and
And,
like y'all
and, and
beating
Harrison can show them the ropes. He can get them to a certain level. You know what I mean? Because he
exactly.
has that type of pedigree, and he been and he been what you call like a stalwart in a league for such a long time, playing for Sacramento, and now playing for San Antonio. So that's a guy that's a good addition to have. Teams need vets. Teams need vets. You need that guy there. Yes, sir. Keep on talking. Keep talking
Yeah,
your
so,
shit.
the reason why they've been hooping, they knocked off the defending champs OKC three times this year out of four
3 out of 4.
chances.
Yes, sir.
I seen them beat Houston Rockets. I seen them beat the
Mm.
Denver Nuggets. I seen them beat every top team that you could think of. I seen them beat Detroit. Actually, I think this year
Hmm.
some teams I seen them beat New York. Like I seen them beat some of the best teams that's on East Side, East Coast
That's a
Conference.
fact. That's a
So
fact.
they are one of my hooping teams this year.
Hmm.
And it can, if depending on the matchup and who they play in the playoffs and how they defend Wemby, because he a cheat code and a creative player himself, it's gonna be tough to beat the Spurs.
Yes, sir. And that's number one. All right, we got number one out of there. Who next? Who next? Who
My
next?
my, my second hooping team this year, I'm gonna get the Detroit Pistons. I ain't expect them to be number one all
Mm,
year. They like from literally from wire to wire, beginning of the season
me neither.
all the way to about to be the end of the season. Number one in the East, Kay Cunningham, who I have him nominated for my MVP,
Yes,
Hooping the
sir.
Horn Award.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
putting
sir.
up Derrick Rose like numbers with inflation this year, like, 24, 25 average, what I say what 7 to 8 rebounds average and about 9 assists per game.
Yes, sir. A big 6'6", six
Crazy.
seven guard going hard in the paint. Yeah, he been doing well. And in his absence recently,
Yes.
Jalen Duren and Dennis picked up the slack and had his
Mhm.
back. The team kept rolling. They kept balling.
Yeah, they
Dopeness. Dope.
play a tough team defensively too. So like they give you hell. They got a Sir Thompson over there, looking the twin of Amin Thompson. Like he's
Yes,
just
sir.
doing the same thing his brother doing.
Yes, sir.
Tough team, tough team. The Bulls got a win off them early in the season, the beginning of the season, the first game of the season. I was like, oh man, I thought we was on one, but Detroit, they've been that team this year. Like I said, Jalen Duren been balling.
Yes, sir.
Tobias Harris been a great veteran presence for them.
Which I did not expect. I expected him to fade off into the sunset like he's
Well,
been doing.
that's what I said.
But
Usually he do this around playoff time, so let's
yeah,
wait to see
and
what
I
he
will
do with
also
that.
say that boy held he robbed the bank with no gun for the majority of his career. My goodness, boy,
Yeah,
you've been good at that. Man,
yeah,
teach me, show
man.
me how to do that, brother. Teach me how
Yeah,
to do
he
that.
has some great timing and great agents. How about that? For
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit looking tough, man. Gonna be a tough out in the East.
Yeah.
Y'all been hooping this year the whole time, so I'm gonna give y'all hooping the year award.
Yes, sir. That's number two.
For
Moving
hooping
on. Moving
team
on.
number three, you gotta give it to OKC. Like you still number one in the West.
Mm.
You still, the best team, the champions. Even with some games that was a lot of games you didn't have Jalen Williams. You still up there. A few games you didn't have SGA. You still up there. All around, you got Alex Caruso. You got
Yeah. Yeah. Chet.
Chet, yeah, Chet, who's been stepping up, playing great
Chet been hooping.
defense,
Mm-hmm.
scoring. Like he's been holding it down this year, as
Mm-hmm.
far as like off the bench, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, not off the bench, with those guys out.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Caruso and them. Nice
The
little,
other the other Jalen Williams been filling in
yes,
well, right?
coming
You
in,
got
back up
Lou Dort who been filling
Lou
in,
Dort. He
having good
been he
shooting
been
nights here and there. He's a 3 and D guy for that team, you
yes,
know.
yes, yes. He had some
Uh,
some weird moments this year with fouling some players. He kind of dirty-ish plays, but Lou Dort comes
what's the
through
other
when he
guy
needs
name?
to.
I think his name is Isaiah Joe. Is that his
Isaiah
name?
Joe, yep.
Yeah. Is there another guy
Yep.
on that team named
Wiggins
Stewart or something like that? Wiggins, you got a bunch of guys. They got a
and
eclectic group of guys, man, that really have come together and meshed well in the absence of Jalen Williams, in the absence of SGA being out here and there throughout the course of the season. This that's a dope team. They still are good, and without their main guys, while those guys are injured, they've been stepping in, they've been doing well. I agree. That was number three. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What else we got?
this
Mm.
team, I'm respect to this because like this player kept them, like brought them from hell to prominence again, even without his co-partner. The Boston Celtics, I hate this team. Boston Celtics, man, they literally start
Yeah,
off the
give it
beginning of the
up.
year, like the first
Green.
15, 20 games, they was like below 500
Hmm.
significantly. Like it was like, and
Hmm.
a lot of people wrote them off.
Yeah,
A
because I
lot of
was like, yo,
teams.
I didn't want that to happen to him. Talk your shit. Talk your shit,
But
though.
like literally, like they a lot of experts or media said they wrote them off. Like didn't expect them to really like be that good of a team. I thought they could be like play ins, A7, AC without Jason Tatum.
Hmm.
Just with the rest of the team. When they lost key players too, they lost Al Horford, they lost
Hmm.
Christian Porzingis.
Hmm.
You thought like maybe be a little bit of adjustment, but like and it was
Yep.
like the beginning of the first 20 games, whatever, 30
It didn't
games
look. It
was
didn't look so
nasty. It
good.
was looking ugly.
It looked bad.
But then
It
this
looked bad.
man
But my
named
brothers
Jalen Brown,
talk about my G. Talk about my G.
It's like right when he
Pat that man on his back while we do this. Pat that man on his back, brother. Let me hear you. Let me hear you, man. Talk about him.
like he started doing the streaming stuff also, and like they clowned for his hair, like he had his hairline being painted on. But ever since then,
You had to mention that, bro.
he had, that's funny, bro. I'm
It's
sorry,
real. It's
but
real. You
no,
got to come up off
but
that,
ever
bro. You
since
can't
then,
be out there doing that. You can't be
he
out there
took
doing that.
off. He took off. Like he been having an MVP like season. He been snapping every game. He's carried that team on his back and pulled out some wins this year that you least expected against teams that was either stronger or more healthier than he did. And he got them right. Him and Derek White, man, and like the young guys, it's the young guys. It's Peyton Pitcher. Is the Luka Garza at the moment until we traded him Vucevic, but he hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
They got man.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brown stepped up and basically carried that team and has put himself in MVP conversations. The league might not give it to him. They trying hard to give it to other people, but he's in my MVP nominee list for the Hoopin' or Horn for sure.
Man, and real talk, Jalen Brown, you a real one, man, for everything else that you got going on off the court as well. But we know they've been trying to put you off to the side ever since that right before the Olympics, and we know why. We know what they've been up to with the whole Kyrie protest and everything. We know what they've been up to, but we know that you a solid dude, man, and you've been showing it, averaging 27 points a game, 26 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, or 7 rebounds, 7 assists, whatever it's been. I ain't even got to look at the stats because I know you've been the model of consistency since you've been in since the last 5 years, and you just gotten better. And now with your right hand man out or your left hand man out, you got guys like White staring up, Robert Williams stepping up and making sure that he hold it down in the paint. You got guys Vucevic and came in and been productive for you. You got guys who have been able to come in and produce and help you out. So it's been dope. It's been dope, and that's my guy right there, Celtics. I ain't even supposed to be rooting for y'all because that's a super uber racist ass city out there. You know what I mean? But uh, it ain't because of them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. You know, I'm rooting for the team. I'm rooting for the brothers that's on that team. You know, all of them, every last one. I want all of them to do good. JT, good to see you back on the court. Good to see you coming back and hustling on the court, man, and getting yourself together, man. Take your time, brother. We got a few more weeks to go before the season it winds down and we go into the playoffs. Cruise into the playoffs, my brother. Cruise into the playoffs. Back to you. Keep too tall. Yeah.
And for the fifth spot, I'm gonna give it's a mix of one team on the East, one team in the West. Because I could have gave it to LA because they hooping right now. Denver, Minnesota, like, but we kind of expected them to be in the playoffs or at least top six teams. No,
Okay.
correct?
No, no, no. Who is it? Because now I'm curious.
I'm gonna give it to because these two teams literally battled from the bottom of the cellar into playoff contention or play-in contention, and was hooping on a run where they went on a nice little win streaks. I'm gonna give it to Charlotte Hornets and the LA Clippers. Now, go look at the Charlotte Hornets records and look what spot they in right now, and look what they were in the beginning of the season.
Pop, 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 pop,
They the
pop,
eighth
pop, pop,
seed
pop,
right
pop.
now.
We gotta air this man out. We gotta air this man out. Let him explain himself though. We gotta let him explain yourself, brother.
The numbers is there. Like they've been literally the hottest teams, since I want to say right before trade deadline. But right when they got Kobe White, he's helped them become a stronger team.
Mm. Okay.
Literally, they was number was it 12 teams in both sides. They was number
Hmm.
11, 10 in the beginning of the season. They was right where
Oh, you're
Boston
right.
was.
And I did hear recently they right there in that 6 or 7 spot. Okay, keep on talking. Yeah,
So they
yeah,
they made their way to the eighth
yeah.
seed right now. Could battle their way still into the top 60 if they
Hmm.
keep winning these last few stretches of the game. But
Which would
Lamelo,
keep them out of that 7, 8, 9, 10 playoff spot.
and
Dope,
if they do
dope.
that,
That's
then
cool.
that's
That's
a
fire.
great turnaround of a
That's
season,
fire.
especially with the youth of them, and then because they have a great balance of squad of Lamar Ball, Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Deontay
Yes,
Biamante or
sir.
whatever.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of like, and then you got Kobe White off the bench. You got a couple other players that's like veterans that, hey,
Hmm.
I've been watching their games ever since the Bulls made their trade. I'm like, all right, the Hornets and the Minnesota Timberwolves is my teams to watch the rest of the year, and
Okay.
every game is entertaining, and like they in it more than they've been learning how to win, and they've been standing like that. They beat some good teams this year too.
Yes, sir. Okay.
They beat some really
Okay.
good teams this year, so
Okay. I don't
that's
fuck
why I
with
give them
that.
that.
I don't fuck with that. But I hear you. And you chose them over the goddamn Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray driven Denver basketball Nuggets. This nigga is on heroin or dog food.
I
Which
mean,
one is it?
I mean, they cold. We expected them to be good, but like they let the Lakers get over them in the three spot, which is crazy to me. But hey, I could have gave it like I said, I could have gave it to Minnesota and Denver. I wanted to,
Heroin.
but I gotta get a little to the Clippers because they're the first team to be under to go over 500 this year after being starting off 15 games under 500. So like they literally crawled their way back from
Heard
being
you. Heard you.
15 games under 500.
It's that grit and grind that got them back into that spot. That's what you
And
saying.
got and now they
Yeah.
over the 500 and they
Heard
in
you.
the I want to say they in like the ninth or eighth spot for the playoffs. So it's like they battle. I thought they was cooked. I definitely didn't think they was gonna be in the play-in
I
or
didn't either.
playoff position.
Yeah.
But
I thought they was gonna take that spot like they normally do at the bottom of the ladder,
yeah, I thought they was gonna
bottom of the
just wait for
division.
next year and try to get them
Hmm.
another star. But they got
Hmm.
DG, they got Darius Garland now. Kawhi has been healthy and been hooping, balling this year. But in the early beginning, I'm like, I don't know. But now he been on like a fake MVP run too. He last night he had a game winner last night.
Mm.
So like
Mm.
I
And
want
with
to do
the addition of Garland is a plus because you lost a point guard, shooting
Mhm.
guard, but now you pick up a definite
Point
point
guard
guard that we know him to
that
be.
can shoot or
That can
score.
shoot, but he's a scorer as well. So hopefully they get to put that together and they understand the roles that they have on that team.
You
Who else
got
do they have on the Clippers though?
they got Mathurin from the Pacers. He been hooping for them. I
Okay.
really wanted him on the Bulls. But like he just got to give him that opportunity. You got Chris Dunn. You got they gave away Zubac, so but I forgot. I think they got Brook Lopez as their big man for right
They
now.
got rid of Zubats over in Clippers.
Yeah, they
Wow.
sent to Indiana,
Damn. Okay.
and they got
I don't know about that.
DJ the Darren Jones, was it Derrick Jones Jr. the dunker.
Okay. Yeah. He played
Also
over in Chicago for a little bit.
I think they got my boy from Atlanta Falcons. They used to be the Hanson or no, not Hanson. John Collins. I think he there. If he
John
not there,
Collins is, yeah, that dunks as well. He used to play
yeah.
with Atlanta, and then I think before Atlanta he was in Utah, right?
Yeah, he was in Atlanta. Then he went to Utah,
Okay.
and then now the Clippers. So they got low key surprisingly good solid team.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Lue got them playing good, so that's why I give
Mm-hmm.
them like you know what I'm gonna squeeze that one because I could have thrown in Atlanta as well too because they number six in the standings after starting off. They went on I want to get say 11 game winning streak
Mm-hmm.
to get, but the thing is they did all that just to get at the eighth spot at the time. So now they in the sixth spot. Kaminga has found his team that actually fuck with him and let him he can get his shit off. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, LA Clippers, y'all get my fifth spot of hooping because y'all literally crawled y'all way out some shit. Like I ain't, and you don't see that too many times where like teams crawl their way out of a bad hole. And that was three teams actually: them, Boston, and Charlotte.
You're right. I didn't think about that either. Wow.
So
But you just said because Denver has been the model of some consistency so far,
we expected you to be.
even with their guys being injured and taking a couple games off here just
Yeah.
to have some
So,
time off and
so
everything.
I will give you that because when Jokic went down, I was like, oh, this might be ugly for them. But
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Murray kept them afloat. He had his first All Star season, playing All Star level, and that's the thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
he every year it's like he would just wait to the playoffs to really go off. Like he would wake up and be that every game
Mm-hmm.
player. I've seen seasons where he was like every other game, like he wasn't that special to me. Like he could be good, but he's not that
Yeah.
great. But when the playoffs start, he wake up to
Yeah.
a
He
whole
ball
nother
out.
monster.
Yeah. And
So this year,
I think another thing that they have to also have appreciation for is a guy that they brought over to that team, um, Aaron Gordon, who has been dope as well, right? For a guy to come back or to be sent over to that team, and they thought that he was just going to be a guy who would be electrifying throughout the course of his tenure on the Denver Nuggets. He didn't just do that. He came out and he developed his jump shot. That jump shot went from 15 to 17, all the way out to 23, 25 feet. And now when you look up, Jokic has a big man who he can throw it to on the perimeter, right? And he's throwing it out to a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", 240, 250 pounds. And when he gets the ball, you have to make a choice. Am I running at this guy, or is this guy going to pump fake and drive by me and make a better play or get a better shot? Salute to Aaron Gordon for adding more to his bag, man, while he's
He
out there being
man,
offensively sound because you helped him with not only a defensive addition because he gonna lock down whatever's coming in the paint. He gonna block some shots and he gonna do some things defensively for you. But to be able to extend and add to his bag, his offensive bag, made that team a lot more lethal when it comes to playing on the offensive end. And those times when Jokic wasn't there or Jamal Murray wasn't there, he's been able to step up and give you 19 and 12 or 20, 25 and 12. He's been able to do that over the period since he's been there, man. And having was it Bruce Brown back and some of those guys that have been able to round out that team and solidify in the absence or with having the trade with Michael Porter Jr., having those guys on that team, and they've been able to step up and be key additions for that team. So I definitely like the Denver Nuggets, but I definitely understand what you're saying as well. These guys have been balling. They've lifted this team, that Charlotte team, that Clippers team, and that Boston Celtics, which is one of my favorite teams because of Jaylen Brown. Those teams have been able to lift themselves up out of those slumps and get over the hill, and they're looking very good heading into the playoffs for sure.
yes sir. My hoeing teams of the year. Oh,
Up,
wait,
we got
y'all.
the hoeing
Ho
teams.
ho ho!
Ho ho ho!
Merry
Who are the
Christmas.
hoeing teams of the year?
So these are teams that have been hoeing and they've been going and
Ho ho
letting
ho! Green
everybody
Giant.
let Miles do whatever they want to them. Let's get it out of my way. My boys, Chicago Bulls, y'all been hoeing this year.
I agree.
Start off with a six
I
and
agree.
0 record or something like that, 7-0.
Y'all are bussers for real. Y'all are West
Start
Side
hoeing.
bussers of
Start
yeah.
hoeing.
Y'all are
And then
West Side bust downs
and
officially.
we know why they hoeing because like
Mm-hmm.
this
Get in the
ownership
van, ho.
trash. There's this
Get in the
front
van, ho.
office trash.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
after they make the trade of trade everybody and not still getting a number one round draft pick, got hella second round draft picks, and that's great currency to have. Who tried to pay? In the NBA, you rarely get
Get
too
in the
many.
van, ho.
So,
Get your ass in the
matter of
van.
fact, take this chloroform, pass out, put this bag over your head, put her in the van, put them in the van.
Man,
Bulls, y'all been horn, man. Like we know
yeah.
why though. Like this team, y'all way too late to tank. So like you're making your odds to get a number one pick lower, but there's still a
Mm-hmm.
chance. We seen, like I said, I've seen other things, good
We
things happen to other
we've seen
teams.
stranger things happen, my G.
So maybe we do for a D Rose part two, number one
Mm-hmm.
draft pick. So Adam Silver, you got to make some calls, do some things. Look out for your boy, the basketball guys. We need something.
And
Something gotta
to the
happen.
ladies of the WNBA, you can still fly me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm available.
Yeah, exactly,
Back to
exactly.
back to these hoeing. Back to
But the
these
Bulls,
cover
y'all,
series.
hooping the horn team of the year. One
Mm-hmm.
of the teams horn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sacramento
Next.
Kings. And the Sacramento Kings, y'all been horn.
Mm-hmm.
And not only this year, but the last few
Mm-hmm.
years, you
Yeah,
literally had two top 10 point guards or
that's a
15
fact.
point guards on your team, and you
That's a
got rid
fact.
of both of them. Tyrese Halliburton took his team to the finals last year.
Tripping.
De'Aaron Fox probably finna take his team to the finals this year with the Spurs.
Tripping. Tripping.
And
Tripping.
then
They had
this
Buddy
year,
Hield. They have or they had DeMar DeRozan,
it,
Zach
it, it,
LaVine. Y'all
so
had Sabonis, the son of Sabonis. Y'all got all these guys on the squad and y'all couldn't keep that together and make that work. Okay. Home.
yeah,
Home.
y'all home like because
Get in the car. Get in the
I knew
car,
it was gonna
bitch.
be weird when like they brought in Russell Westbrook to go with that team that
Oh
can't.
man.
Like you already got DeRozan, who's not a 3-point shooter, can't stretch it out. Like he's a mid range guy, clogging the lane. Levine, he can get it how he want it, but it's like, does he play winning basketball? Sabonis, restricted jump shooter. Like he gets better, try to get better every year, but like, he's not your automatic, stretch out the defense guy. So you got a bunch of clogging and lane clogging players in
Mm-hmm.
DeRozan, Westbrook,
Mm-hmm.
Sabonis, and others. I'm like that. I just knew that field wasn't gonna be good at all. But if I mean, unless they whole thing was to tank and just try to get what they can get at this moment, because I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
Russ didn't want to like keep traveling. He wanted to stay on the West Coast, but you was on the Lakers, you was on the Clippers, I believe now. Now you was on Sacramento. I won't be surprised if he in Golden State next year.
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if he does end up on Golden State. I was like, hey, look, just keep me on the West Coast, keep me as close to home as possible. But here's the thing about staying close to home. You're not home. You still got that people still gonna have to get up and travel 3, 4, 5 hours to come and see you. So if it's not a direct travel while I'm there at home, like I'm not where I'm literally getting out of bed and going to
mhm.
the stadium or going to the gym to practice, I don't I don't see the point for. I get the NBA players like yeah, I got money, I can fly them, yeah, I can get them in helicopters and do whatever y'all gonna do. But for me, um, with all that said, man, I would still want to just do it the way that I'm doing it. You know, I don't want to be I don't want them. I don't want to be close to home if I'm not gonna be home. But I guess it's cool because it's less of a travel, it's less of an expense. But do it how y'all do it, man. Y'all the ones with the money. Y'all the ones getting paid to play the game that pays y'all. So for me, man, like if I am Russell Westbrook and going to the Lakers is a good thing, I'm going. But if going back to a team like the Clippers is even better, then I'm going because I know that I'm gonna play well with a Darius Garland. I know I'm gonna play well with a Kawhi Leonard. I know I'm gonna play well on that team. I know I'm gonna get my G off when it's time for me to do it. So um, I would like to see him win. That's all I want to say. I just want to see Russell Westbrook win. My G, I've always wanted to see you win. I hope you on a path right now to get yourself there because the game has treated you unfairly. And partly it has something to do with you or the image that they portray of you, the perception that they try to give us. But fuck all that.
Mhm. Yeah. And then my last two teams of the Hoe'N of the
Hmm.
year,
Come on,
Dallas
bro.
Mavericks.
Come on.
Hoe'N,
Ooh,
you got the number
ooh,
one pick this year,
ooh,
Cooper Flag,
ooh.
because one, you traded away Luka Doncic last year for no reason, or just for petty reasons of weight and all that stuff. After he
Mm-hmm.
just took you to the finals, you
Mm.
traded him to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and I don't even know who it was somebody else.
Mm.
You do that, you get the number one pick, you draft Cooper Flag, and now you trade away Anthony Davis to Washington. So what was the whole? Like, what did you get out of that Luka trade? Like you just basically sent them to LA for what reason? To help them out for what reason?
Salary dumping. Salary dumping. I guess they looking at it now like, okay, we have Kyrie and we have the young boy.
And
But
Kyrie missed this whole year.
Kyrie missed a whole year. And can Kyrie stay healthy going forward, my G?
Like that's the thing. Is like Luca said, the best chemistry he has ever had with someone is Kyrie, and that was within a year and a half time. And like, look at what they did. They did that half year, and then they went to the finals that next year, or with a full training camp under them. So it's like we was just as far from winning the championship. We want to break that up right off the back. Don't make sense to me. Then you trade the big cash that you had for Luca away to Washington. So it was like you kind of did that for what reason? Just to lose this year. I mean, you developed Cooper Flag to where he was, looking good. Like in the beginning, it was a little struggle, but
Yeah, now you're just
he
gonna
was,
look for
he
him to
was,
step up. That's
he was
it.
becoming a problem.
Hmm.
So and now you gotta
That's
hopefully
all.
wait for Kyrie to come back next year,
Hmm.
have that, and then maybe have I guess have another top 4 or 5 pick if they go that way.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's what they wanted somehow, some
I
way.
guess
But
so. Because there ain't nothing else for him to do unless you thinking maybe we can get another draft pick and we'll end up with Cohen Carr. We'll end up with the bouncer. We might get a cuff. You know what I mean? We
yeah,
might get one of those guys. Kyrie, we can go ahead and let Kyrie walk. You know what I mean? Which wouldn't be. I don't even want to talk about Kyrie. Kyrie, man, Irvin, man, I think you're a dope player, man. I don't know what be happening with these injuries, and I know they be freaking injuries, and things go well during the course of a season, But man, you one of the greatest, one of the best players. I ain't gonna say greatest, I'll say one of the greatest handlers of the ball, one of the greatest
yeah.
shooters as well. But man, I just wish that we could have that moment where we can see you peak, peak, and you just do well for a very long time. Because I hate these injuries, tearing you down, making you wait for us to see your greatness, man. Because you're really one of those gamers, man. And I'd like to see more of you.
And then my last team, Milwaukee Bucks. Y'all been horn this year.
Home.
It's a little between
Mm,
both
mm,
y'all and Giannis. Like Giannis
mm.
keep getting hurt, which is I'm not saying that's home part, but it's like he couldn't make up his mind if he wanted to stay on this team or be traded. He said he wanted to be here, stay there. Like dog, nobody trying to come to Milwaukee and play with you or Milwaukee. Period. Um, y'all.
They,
Matter of fact, I think this year is what happened for the karma of the way y'all did Dame. The way y'all just let him go, got rid of him
that could be.
after he ended up getting hurt.
Could
And
be.
then you see now, like, oh, Giannis gets hurt every 10 games now, fucking up the rotation, fucking up the chemistry of the team. You went to go sign Cam Thomas from the, well, sign for waiver, pick him up from waiver from the Brooklyn Nets. He balls out for y'all, like, the first few games. Like, y'all actually going like a winning streak or like starting to build y'all way back into the play in. Giannis comes back, plays a couple games, messes with the chemistry. He gets hurt. Now now you realize, oh, we should probably tank. So you cut Cam Thomas after 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and you have no real players besides like the Ryan Hollins and like Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, but with no real point guard, no real star to go to. Like y'all just been playing with it this year. Like this is a team that should be in the playoffs every year with Giannis or built
Yeah.
around him a team. Like you got rid of Drew Holiday for what reason?
Yeah.
You got rid of Chris Middleton for what reason?
Yeah. And
So
now
it's like,
with the losing Giannis, there is no other addition on the team that is a high volume producer on that team. Everything was built around Giannis. So now with him allegedly leaving, what are you guys doing up there? Like what are y'all gonna do now? You know what I mean? Because y'all got to break that whole situation up. No one wants to be there. And as
um,
we know, no one's coming to the mill, bro. Ain't nobody coming to the mill to hoop. The only thing that y'all got is Giannis, and if he ain't there next year, what are y'all gonna do to keep players? Like we said on another episode, I think that would be a great trade to get Cat and Mikal Bridges or something like that, whatever whoever they could get, and grab Portis and Trent and Giannis or do something like that. I think that would work out great because you got a guy that you just need. Look, I just need you to be good from 17 in, 19 in. I just need you to do that. Dominate from there and let us roam the perimeter and do what we're gonna do. And if you throwing Bobby Portis in there, now you got two guys on the perimeter. They can throw the ball over the top. Man, it's so many things that you can do, but that's on them. I'm not no GM, man. I just be watching the game. They doing whatever they can do. They say we don't understand it because the salary cap's involved and there's a certain way that players are supposed to move. But me, man, for me, man, if I'm trying to win, I don't care about none of that. I'm going out and I'm going to execute the game plan I think is best to make sure that we are winning and we stay in contention of a championship because I don't want to just bring these guys in here and have them playing the game and telling them, oh, they're doing the best that they can and everything like that, making them feel good about that. No, I want to win. Fuck just having guys here and they keeping the ticket sales up and everything. I want to win. I don't want to just be there and having guys play their whole career and they sacrificing themselves for the love of the game because they love basketball, but they should be rewarded for that. Not just with just getting paid money, but getting to the ultimate goal, and that's that championship. That's that ship that everybody want to have. And they want to have their name engraved. They want them rings and everything. I want them to get all of that, along with getting their bread. So fuck all that. But yeah, what's next, brother? What's next,
all right.
brother?
And then I'm gonna get my Hoopin and Hoe'N awards rookie of the year.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna give it to Con Knipple over Cooper Flag.
Hooping
Only because Cooper Flag missing a lot of games lately, but and it took him a minute to really get going. Con Knipple been solid for the Houston Hornets all year. He's been playing
for
the
the Charlotte
same
Hornets.
way,
He been hooping.
actually exceeding his expectations or how he could play.
Salute
He's
to.
a deep threat, 3 pointers, sniper, but also can move, got some high IQ, really good hooper, man. Got them back into playoff contention right now. Cooper Flag team is at the bottom of the West, so
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
Good
some
job, Con
injuries.
Nipple. Good job, brother.
Continental Rookie of the Year for
You
me for
hooping.
the Hoopin or Horn Awards.
You hooping, brother. You hooping.
You're definitely hooping.
hmm
Coach of the Year, I want to give it to I'm gonna
None
give one
other
for each.
than.
I'm gonna give it one in each conference for right now, and then decide who the main guy.
Okay.
Uh, East wise, I'm gonna give it to Joe Mazzulla. The Celtics
For hooping.
for yeah for the coach of the
Okay.
year, yeah for coach of the year
Bet
hooping.
it up. Bet it up.
Um, I want to give Detroit also one of those looks like
They did
they just
well.
they did it well, but
They did
Spurs
well.
man, the Spurs coach who follow up Greg
Yes,
Popovich
sir.
and
Yes,
get the
sir.
guy and have them playing well, that's something
Mm.
keeping the
They're doing well over there
take
too.
seriously. And
Yeah.
then OKC's coach, he had to prove again, is he legit coach or is this team really that good after winning the championship this year?
Yes,
He
sir.
he kept them up top. So
Yes, sir.
and my winner of that will be out of all four of them, I'm gonna give it to Joe Mazzulla, man. The Celtics
Okay.
are surprisingly good without one of their better players all season, and
You going with
one
Joe?
stepped up to be considered a superstar himself, to make himself a superstar now
For
for
sure.
sure, but you're like unquestionably, undoubtedly,
For sure.
and he won him an MVP final MVP in the finals, and
Yes, sir.
you saw it then why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Salute to
But
that. Salute to Joe Mazzulla on hooping. Yeah, for sure.
and
For
my
sure.
starting my starting
You said
I
my
could be
starting
I mean, you
five.
can say my starting five, but like my first team, hooping the horn, NBA players like first team, all team hooping list. I got Jalen Brown. These are guys that potentially could be MVPs
Okay.
the way they
Okay.
play this year.
Okay.
Jalen Brown from the
Mm.
Boston Celtics,
Mm.
Luka Doncic, who he just went on a crazy run where he was having like he had like 40 piece,
He
50
doing
piece,
his damn
60
thing.
piece.
He
Yeah,
doing the damn
60
thing.
points a couple weeks ago, a week ago, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or had 50 against the Bulls a couple weeks ago. So and he got the Lakers at number
Oh,
three in the
yes, sir.
West somehow,
Mm-hmm.
some way.
Mm-hmm. Keep
Even
my
with all
nigga
that.
West Side Connect. Keep going.
And then Kawhi Leonard, man, picking it up from a slow start,
Mm-hmm.
and then got the Clippers back into playoff contention, fighting. He looked healthy finally. First team, like I said, to be over 500 after starting off being below 500,
It look
15
bad.
games.
It look bad.
So I want to give him
Mm-hmm.
respect to that. Victor Wembanyama, a cheat
Ooh,
code,
the
career
cheat code.
player. This man
I
blocking
think we gonna
shit,
have to. I think we got
rebounding
to
shit.
change his name to the Unicorn in a little bit.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
He's alien, but he about to be the unicorn for sure because you ain't never seen that shit before.
Mm-mm.
Wemby in there, and then five. Oh, this fifth one. I was like, it's either between Cade or Anthony Edwards.
Ooh,
Cause like
I would have leaned on K, but who you got?
I'm gonna go say Cade too because he got him the team number
Mm,
one, and he's gonna miss some games because of the punctured lung.
yeah,
Just the impact he had on that team and
yeah,
where they came from, and the growth when they went to the playoffs last year, becoming that team that like up and the rising to be number one this year.
yes, sir.
AE was a little. He was in and out of games like it seemed like every other fourth, fifth game he was out of. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I'm gonna give it to Case. That's my hoop and the horn, all first team, whatever you want to call it, like legit, like MVP like players. And
But
for my
shiggity.
hoop and the horn MVP of the year,
All right, who you
it's
got?
between Wemby, Cade, and Jalen Brown.
Who you giving it to?
I'm gonna narrow it down between Wemby and Jalen Brown. No
Mm-hmm.
disrespect to Cade,
Mm-hmm.
but just what Jalen Brown did with this year with that
Mm-hmm.
team. But what Wemby is doing though,
It's otherworldly. It
he
is
had
what Wimby doing. You know what I mean?
24 points, 11 rebounds, and
Mm-hmm.
3 blocks per game,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or 3 assists, but like about 3 blocks per game as well.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we back. You picking up Wimby's averaging 24 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks
11.
a game,
Yeah.
11 rebounds. Oh, weak ass Wimby.
Yeah, so shit, I forgot what I was going with it. Jalen Brown,
You
I
saw
got
you was narrowing your excuse me, your MVP of hooping down for the season.
yeah, okay, yeah.
And you were giving your stats on why you may lean towards the brother Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, between him, Cade, and Jalen Brown, I got a feeling they're gonna give it to Wemby in the NBA. So I'm gonna get Jalen Brown because what he did with this team kept him afloat. Actually, exceeded with expectation with this team,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and
Wemby is a
just
hell of a player, and he's done well this season. But I mean, you got the guy who brought his team up out of that thing, man, and we thought it was gonna be a total wash for them. He
and so
brought him
now
up
with
out that slump, and they had the number what 2 or 3 spot in the Eastern Conference. Oh man, come on, brother.
yeah
Man, represent for my guy, man. Represent for my brother.
with Tatum back, they got potential to possibly be in the finals again or win it. So um, I would love to see that for Jalen Brown to prove that he that guy and win
Let's
MVP.
go,
So he's
Jalen.
my hooping the horn MVP of the year.
Let's go, JT. JT back. Yeah. Yeah. Psst, 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 psst. Yeah. Pop them bottles of champagne. What we popping? I got the tequila, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. John Basil, Reposado. We got that on deck. Casamigos Reposado. We got that for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Keeftootall likes. He probably likes Capri Suns or some shit like that. I'm not sure what it is he would prefer in this situation, but you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to Jalen Brown getting that
Uh,
hooping or hoeing MVP, and we ain't gonna even mention the hoeing part, but we got to say it because that's a segment. But you hooping, you the hooping MVP of this season for the NBA. Yes, sir.
sir, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Salutamente. Yep.
And the hoeing moment of the year was
Oh,
the Washington Wizards defense against Bam Adebayo because they were just letting him just take advantage of them all day, every day, all game in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. 83 points. You can see what motherfuckers selling for, for a goddamn draft pick. So hopefully the Washington can be better next year with
Washington
the
Wizards. I don't know when the next time you guys will be good, but I do know that you guys in the recent years you had a John Wall who was a 6'2", 6'3" guard, and you had a Bradley Beal who was a 6'5", 6'6" guard. That would have been a great backcourt tandem if they could have stayed healthy. I don't know what happened after that. I don't know what you guys were trying to build over there, what you guys were thinking about, but it seems like no one in Washington knows how to put together a team anymore. Am I missing something? Like it seems like no one really cares. They've just been offloading salaries. Maybe that's just what it is. They're trying to clear the books and get all that stuff off the books, get all that dirty, all that old money that they can't really bank on for playing through the course of a season. Maybe they're trying to get all that off the books and then rebuild and start all over. Maybe that's the thing that's going on over there. But you guys are shitty boo boo. You guys look terrible out there. We appreciate you for looking terrible, but we don't want no team to really look that bad. You guys aren't really trying to play at all, do anything out there at all. Keep anything you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about before we call it a game, call it a day, call it a
yeah.
pod?
And one last thing, the GOAT is back.
And who is that?
I
And
just
tell
heard
them who the goat is.
Kanye West
Oh
just dropped Bully album,
man,
fire. First best album since St. Pablo. I'm not saying The Life of Pablo for sure.
man.
Old school, Ye mixed with some little bit of Yeezy, but like old school, chopping it up. Um, basically boom bap.
Are you
His
serious, brother? Is this a good album?
Yeah, like I told you last time, the last one was just a bop. That was like a dancing, freak album. No, I knew
Okay,
you wouldn't like it that much, but this one, I think you can actually go listen to it. You're gonna hear the production, like, oh, he gotten back to his old ways a little bit. It's a lot of people saying it had like late registration, college dropout, graduation feel with a little bit of Yeezus. But I'm telling you, go listen to the first 4 or 5 songs
okay.
for
So
fire.
so he did Kanye he put together how many songs did he put together a good album?
Like 16.
16.
Oh,
Okay.
I say about. But yeah, first song King, second song called This Is a Must, Bop, go crazy. And we got this song called Father, and then All the Love. That's gonna be probably the one that go for him. That's a great
Okay.
song. Like that's gonna be. I think you'll like that song for sure. But it's some songs on there that it get in that middle spot. You like, oh shit, and a couple of them he actually spitting on it. He actually because he talking about what happened, not talking about what happened, but like loosely, talk about what happened the
Hmm.
last past year or two, and how they did them and everything, and how everybody switched up and all that stuff. So
Okay. Okay.
better than his for sure. His last 2 albums for sure. Like last 2 3 albums actually. This is like legit fire. He might be back with this one for sure.
Okay. You know what? I'll give it a listen. I don't know how soon that will be, but as you know, I'm doing all this. I'm doing, the hip hop is my thing for the podcast. Hip hop
Yeah.
um is the underground independent artist is one of the basis of what I do. So I'm reaching out to these artists and I'm also listening to their music. So I don't know when I'll have time for that, but I'll try to make time for that. Maybe this weekend I'll just lock in and have it playing and then just
Yeah.
have it in my headphones as well. and just do that because I'm gonna try to chop up some more clips and try to do some type of
Yeah,
catching up
that's
with
what
this
it'd be good.
podcast.
It'd be good for that, like on some
Yeah,
doing cutting up the podcast, or if you clean up a little bit,
yeah,
throw
yeah.
on the speakers, you'd be like, okay,
Yeah, I
but
think for now the cleaning gonna have to wait. You know, I mean, this place might get a little out of hand, but for now, I think I'm
he
just
got the freak off coming out.
no. If I have
Nah, just
if it was somebody coming over, man, I'd be so happy, especially if it was the woman that I like where I work, man. That would be dope. But it's nothing really happening over here, bro. You know how it is, man. Like I said, I'm chilling, but until something I do like happens, real soon. I'm gonna just be here, but I'm only saying that because I'm not gonna be doing any clean. I've already started boxing up things and getting ready to move, you know what I'm saying? And I just have to plan out the move. But I just want to just knock some of these clips out because I've been putting it off for so long, you know, and I just been trying to be outside and get good vibes and catch these games and everything. But I'm gonna just spend the next day and next few hours just trying to do that. That's all I really want to do, bro.
for
Just work
sure.
on chopping up some clips, some old clips and some yeah, just go over some old clips and just try chop them. I don't know if I'm gonna do 15 clips a episode or 20 or 30. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try to put them together. And you're gonna be end up getting tagged on a lot of them shits and invited for collaborations and shit like that. So get ready for that. You know,
Gotcha. All right.
some of it's gonna be yours, and then the ones that ain't, I'm just gonna be posting with the artist. So you know, you gonna have you gonna have some stuff that you gonna have to approve and all that stuff. All right.
Yeah, yep. All right, I'm good for that though. With
All
that,
right, I'm good. I don't have anything. I don't have no King of the Hill. I don't have no one-on-ones. I don't have no Game of 21 or anything like that. So if there is nothing further, ladies and gentlemen, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and being a part of the podcast, listening to it. We appreciate y'all spreading it. We appreciate you all commenting on it. We appreciate all the comments, all the love that we've been getting, man. We're gonna try to keep on going. All right. With that said, Keith, is there anything else you want to say?
motherfucking Kanye West is back. That's all I got to say. Motherfucking bully out. Go get that shit. The haters like you. This is the album for y'all. Y'all thought he was washed? Nah. I know the last couple albums. I know he was tweaking. And I knew y'all wouldn't like that. This one, y'all ain't gonna be able to deny this one.
Yeah, he got enough to talk about. You know, he got enough to talk about. So hopefully, I hear he got some good stuff to put in my ears, in between my ears, other than stuff that that's out here. And if y'all haven't heard of artists, I'm gonna name some artists that you all should check out. Make sure you check out DRDE.AR. Make sure you check out Jet Deuce. Make sure you check out Mark. Was it Mark Whitlock? Make sure you check him out. Make sure you check out Implied. Make sure you check out I Am Self Made. Those are a few artists that you guys can get up and go check out. They've been guests on my podcast. I've had a good time with them on my podcast, and it's been a good time, man. Make sure you guys are checking out these artists' music. Like they say, go run them numbers up, man. Put them people in a good spot. Also, one of my favorite guests and guys I like to talk to here and there, whether it's just audio messages, actual conversation, or Instagram messages. Spitz Nelson, another dope guy. Oh, and go check out Al Fresco, another dope guy on his way up. And with all that said, for the last time, we out of here. God bless y'all. Be safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Be great out there. Continue to be great. Always do great. Keep too tall. See you next time, brother.
Peace.